Alrighty, hello everyone, how we doing? Welcome back. It's the weekend again. It's our favorite time of week. It's so good to see you all. Hello, hello, hello. Let me just adjust the sound a little bit. We're gonna be multitasking today. It's all good. Alrighty, who do we have here early today? The only thing with the multi-stream chat on this is it only kicks in when I log into it. It doesn't show the historical messages from before the stream actually starts. So shout out to John Leonard, who was here first with the Wheel of Morality, which, is that a new name for the stream? Are we moving away now from Wheel of Misfortune? Is this now Wheel of Morality? Wow, that's deep. We're gonna have to put people on trial. Also, I need to sneeze, and it's not going away. What a way to start off today. Oh, you just get that feeling. It's just like, yeah, you think you might need to, but who knows? All right, but no, John was here first today. Jazzy followed shortly after. Made8 here as well. Richards took an hour to get the new Archipelago async going this week. Linux-specific issue. Gotta love that. Love and hate relationship with Linux, it seems most people have. Love it because it's not Windows, hate it because it's Linux. Tell me if that's accurate or not. Alistair Kessel, welcome back. Thank you for popping the drink a bathroom break reminder in there, Richard. Please make sure if you haven't already, grab yourself a drink, snack, get yourself a bingo card so you're ready to go, because although we're doing developer submitted games, we're still doing bingo today. Shout out, by the way, to Dusk/ThatDarnRaven. If we can get some thank yous in the chat for them, they're going to be supporting us with the bingo tiles today. So thank you in advance. Appreciate you being here and making things run more smoothly. Dazzy Caddy, thank you for the shout out saying there was no music. It turns out that the stream had decided that it didn't want to play the music and it had changed which device it was using. So, you know, that's helpful. Streamlabs has also decided that I can't scroll the chat anymore, so this is going to be difficult. John, if Graeldon was sought after by Indiana Jones, he'd be a Graeldon. Yes, absolutely. In fact, that's how we arrived, kind of, at the pun of the Holy Grail. If Graeldon was hit with a hammer, he'd be a Nailed. I love these. These are fantastic. Please keep them going. If Graeldon loses a game, he'd be a Failden. Yes, indeed, I would be. If Graeldon was sent through the postal service, he'd be a Mailed. Excellent. If Graeldon were more white, he'd be Paledon. Ty, hello, how you doing? Welcome. If Grail were a bird, he'd be a Quailden. Alright. Ty, you love the feeling of sneezing. Is that normal or are you weird? It's a little odd. I think there's a sense of relief after the sneeze happens. And I think that makes sense, right? Because you've had this tension that builds up and then you get the release. Yeah, absolutely. Hello to Empress Alicon over on Twitch as well. I'm not the boss of you. Watch me. No, I'm not the boss of anyone. You guys are the boss of me, if anything. Super Tony Tiger's over on the Twitch as well. Carmack Kitty is here as well. Sorry, Karma Kitty. Maple Treeway, welcome back. Look at the bright light. Bright lights makes 20% of the population sneeze. And that's why I felt the need to sneeze, because I've got one light just down over here, which is partially illuminating this side of my face that you can see when it goes away. There it is. There it's gone. There it is. It's gone. And then I've got a massive light over on this side now as well, which is doing all of this. I need to get two of them, I think, actually, to make it a little bit more balanced, but that'll be after I've put a bit more savings into the account. We can go from there. That's the end goal. But yeah, when I'm sitting here looking directly at bright lights, of course I'm going to feel the need to sneeze. If Graeldon were a sea creature, he'd be a Whaleden. Yes, I would. 100% normal human. Hello. I'm a whale now, apparently. How are you? Oh god, someone's going to clip that. If Graeldon were not streaming, he'd be grailed off. Graeldon grailed off. That is so simple, and I love it. Oh, good lord. Also, Tash Noir has an interesting name. It means the black stain. Devis said it was going to be like it was going to be Tash Noir de la Sclerotique, which I think is a post-mortem thing. Sounds wild. It's a great name, though. To pick up any cool games in the Steam sale? No. No, I don't really have the budget for that. I'm trying to think, what did I picked up some more stuff for the channel, but that was pretty much it. Oh, and I finally bought Risk of Rain 2, so I guess that counts. Haven't played it yet. That's going to sit in the backlog for a while, but we've got it. But no, I was able to pick up a bit more stuff for the channel at a reasonable discount, so I'm not going to complain about that. All right, let's get into today's stream. We are going to be doing a Wheel of Misfortune style stream, but using developer submitted games instead of ones from the regular wheel, just to kind of shake things up a little bit and keep us on our toes. I tend to find that the ones we get from developers are more of a mixed bag than what you guys submit. The ones from developers could be anyone from a completely nameless and unheard of developer, and we'll look at the game and it will have less than 5 reviews on it, which is quite a milestone. Or it could actually be one that by the time we get to it, it's had over 2,000 reviews. It's really kind of hard to predict what we're going to get. Some people send games to me because they're going, hey, it's releasing, I think it's going to be great, would love to get your eyes on it to kind of give it some more visibility. And other ones are sent to me because they go, I released my game and nothing happened, and I'm desperate for someone to tell me what went wrong. So yeah, who knows what we're going to end up with today. 1100, can you offer 2 games from your friends? As long as you have your friends' consent, absolutely you may. Yeah. Any developers can send games this way to be put onto the wheel. I always say to them, because they always send through, you know, oh, here's my game, I can give you a Steam key if you want to feature it. And I'm always open to that. Not a problem at all. My only caveat is that I can't guarantee when it will be featured, because we're going to pick them at random. It would take... There's too many games otherwise. So let's get into it. Here's our wheels. We currently have however many that is on this wheel. I think it's 30 something that we've got on here. The only ones on here that I knew the name of before are Crystalla, because IronPineapple has featured that one. I think they've also had a look at Menace the Chainbreaker. That one got sent through to me. The rest of these... Good luck. I mean, I don't know if you can read that on Steam, on screen, because it's kind of small. We've got a couple of smaller ones which are going to be on itch only as well. Oh, we've got Ways of Alchemy, which I think actually did relatively well. We've got a few interesting ones. So let's see where we're going to be starting today. I know Dusty's going to be at the ready, so we're going to be starting with a 7x7 bingo. Starting strong. And we're going to be playing Lil Red, which I believe from memory is pretty much exactly what it says. So to begin with, let's get the bingo set up so I don't forget about that. Bingo, 7x7, free space in the center. Good, I'm remembering things. We have added in 2 new tiles. We've got RPG or turn-based, just so that we've got some extra crossover there, and rhythm mechanics. There's a few extra tiles that have been added into the mix, so forgive me if I don't remember them. I may need to be prompted on them. So, to begin with, let's actually find Little Red. Is it in my library? That's the question. Yes. Yes, it is. Let's have a look at the store page. Okay. Hop, skip, and jump with Lyra as she continues back to her homeland in this retro adventure. With harp in hand, no foe is a match for Lyra and her animal friends. Alright, we're starting strong. We can definitely get a bunch of tiles for this one. Less than 200 reviews. It is mixed rating. It did release after 2020. It came out 29th of March 2024. The developers did not send this game to me back then. This was more recent. Developer and publisher are the same. It's Velveteen. Oh, I just realized that the board actually isn't on display. Let me pop that up on there. There we go. That will help with things. It should be a 7x7. Oh, you know what I need to do? Hang on, everyone. Hang on. We're just going to scramble and clear all cards, and that way it should give you the 7x7. Let's try that. Now I can also view your cards. Yes, perfect. Everyone's got the 7x7. That looks good. Cool. We are good to go. Sorry about that. You can also now mark off Grail forget something, because I did. You can remake a card, yes, when you get the prompt for it. All right, so have they made anything else? Yes, they have. They also released Submerged Mystery, Takadachi, and Wonder of Blue, which seem to be games in a similar style. They go for the top-down RPG aesthetic with pixel art. If we put something in each of Graeldon's hands, it'd be a Skeldon. Perfect. Yes, we can definitely do Grail Miss is something important. So far we should have less than 200 reviews, release date after 2020, developer and publisher are the same, Grail Miss is something important, and pixel art for sure. All right. My only ask, Dusk, with the overlay is just to make sure you're hitting the update button fairly frequently so it keeps popping up and stays up to date for people. If Graeldon went on a diet, he'd be eating Graeldon. Oh no. If Graeldon were in the Mafia, it'd be Don Graeldon. Absolutely. Let's have a look at the trailer and see what we're in for here. Oh, 1 second, it's glitching for you. Can you repeat? Yeah, so we have less than 200 reviews, released after 2020, same developer and publisher, Grail Miss is something important, and pixel art. If Graeldon were on Steam, he'd be on sale, and I absolutely would be on sale. And permanent 25% off, just for all of you. We've also got trailer is less than 1 minute. Let's have a look at it, shall we? Ooh, we have got some music. Retro sound effects. I don't know what those meters are in the top yet. Probably health? You get to throw bunny rabbits as an attack. It's definitely something music-based, but not rhythm-based. But we can definitely mark off RPG. Oh, bunny rabbit would be an unconventional weapon. We have a jump. And magic. Definitely magic. Okay. I'm kind of picking up what they're putting down with this. Steam and itch, well, it's not multiple platforms. Technically not. Okay, but the art is cute and the music was decent. I wouldn't say the soundtrack slaps, but it was decent. Yep, trailer is under 1 minute for sure. Empress, can I please get an update for the bingo spaces? Twitch won't let me have both open on your phone. Ah, that is unfortunate. That's all right. Dusk is on it. Yeah, perfect. They're on it. When did this come out? March 2024. So release was after 2020. That is on the list. No, if the level designs are definitely Kirby adjacent, the Game Boy segment mimics Super Mario Land's. Yeah, that's kind of what I was picking up as well. I was like, oh, that's kind of got Kirby vibes or like Mario 6 golden coins. Oh, look, we've even got some tutorial here. This counts as a dialogue box, by the way. Press the jump button while holding up or down to perform a spinning jump that goes higher than a regular jump. This move can pass through contact damage from enemies. Ooh, it's got iframes. Okay. The game does have a demo, so that's an extra tile there. None of my friends know about this game. This is niche stuff we're looking at here. It does have controller support. Doesn't support additional languages. No Steam Deck compatibility. Not enough achievements to count. We do have a YouTube linked, so we can mark off that one. For the first time in a long time, we don't have any GIFs in the description. That's unusual. But do we have the word unique anywhere? That is the question. Only in the reviews, so that doesn't count. It needs to be on the actual page. The related games, well, there was none up the top, so we have to go off the ones down the bottom. Geometry Dash, I'm going to go no, because that is specifically rhythm-based, even though it is technically a pixel art platformer, but mechanically that's quite different. We've got Reverse 1999, which just, no, that's a mobile game. Celeste, Ish. And thank goodness you're here. I'm going to say the related games are unrelated. The only one that comes close is Celeste. The rest are way off. Celeste is literally peak, though. You're right. Grail, keep an eye on the overlay. I didn't type that. Whatever it was, I missed it. It might have been Mady8 popping in for a little bit of trolling fun for a second. And Peak is a very different game. It is. Okay, I think that's everything we're going to get from here. We've already got the game purchased, so we just need to actually install it. File size is less than a gig, 630 megabytes. So enjoy a little bit of buffering. We're not going to do Wordle because this is going to download in a flash, and that would just be wasting time. So everyone can mark off Wordle as a free space because we're going to skip the Wordle and get straight into the game. Here's what we get. Oh, has the game been updated? Good question, Jazzy. Let me have a look. Second. Oh, there we go. Was the game updated? Yes, the game has been updated. They put a new combo system in. I was going to say like a web manual doesn't count, but they did update the combo system. So yes, it has been updated. All right. Oh, we launch in windowed mode. Okay. I also can't use my cursor, so good thing I've got a controller on hand. All right. Oh, they put was I love PewDiePie? Oh no, our stream's getting hacked again. All right, well, let's see if we can actually get this into a full screen, shall we? We have both settings and config. These devs were kind enough to put 2 different settings menus into their game. They know their target audience, and their target audience is me. Solokissin, yes, thank you. Jump needs to be added. Jump and magic. I think both missing from the list. Okay. Let's jump on here. Can we... Oh, nope. There's only one... Oh, no. There are other resolutions. You have to select it and then go left and right. The highest is 1080p. So let's just put that bad boy into full screen. There is no full screen windowed mode. Let me just check. No, I can't even mouse out of the screen. We do have separate sound sliders. So that's a win. We have a modern sound font. Or a classic sound font. Ooh. But when you want to go real retro. I quite like the modern though, because it's still got a little bit of retro charm to it. And then filters, LCD, grayscale, sunset, crimson, rose, sunrise, marigold, amber, evergreen, midday, midnight, aquamarine, violet, lavender, orchid, default. Okay. Plenty of options there. Config. Controller. Rebindable. We have rebindable controls. It's not the correct glyphs, but I think we removed that tile anyway. Cool, but they are rebindable. And they are for keyboard as well. Very nice. Yes, what is the question mark option? We shall never know. But unfortunately, no credits found. Yes, thank you, Solo. Dev YouTuber is also missing from there. So yeah, we should have defaults to windowed mode, developer YouTube, separate sound sliders. That should do what we need. I don't think there's anything else in there. Oh, and rebindable controls. Oh, all right, let's get into it and see what the game is all about, shall we? Oops, separate save files. We'll go normal mode. 30 minutes on the clock. We get an achievement just for starting. And we've got a cutscene. Cutscene counts. Okay. Shows we're collecting things with a little spin jump and we're helping the animals. And there's a dove next to us, so you know we're innocent, sweet, pure. Okay. I appreciate this is doing a little bit of storytelling without the need for any actual text. Okay. Level 1, Marigold Meadow. So far there has been no tutorial. Okay. Oh, okay. That's how we do a spin jump. You hold up or down and jump at the same time. Cute. We do have an attack. We have a bunny rabbit throw, which is apparently a special ability. And the B button is sprint, but it's also an auto run. When you hold the sprint button, you just run forward. Huh. I don't think the manual counts as DLC, unfortunately. Okay, I think that's all we've got for ability. Oh, it shoots a bubble. That's why I got hit. I was like, I was nowhere near that thing. Actually, the hitboxes are pretty tight from the look of it. Turns out this is actually a Souls-like. But confirms the bar at the top of the screen is indeed health. So we can mark... Oh my god, we can mark that one off as well. Okay. You know, wow. The cutesy music does feel to be slightly at odds with the, you know, whole murdering animals aesthetic going on. But I thought the animals were our friends. Okay, healing flower, got it. And we're lighting lamps. Oh, okay, bouncy flower, cute. Like it. Ow. Did this have DLC? I don't think it did, no. Okay, those snail guys are actually just incredibly annoying. Can we make a new overlay next stream? If you've got some ideas on what you want to do to improve it, pop them into the chat after we wrap up the stream. I'm open to making some changes. Oh. We have got some plans for... Wow, I am... That is just evil positioning for something that is... I saw that coming and I did it anyway. I'm going to claim I wanted to see what the death mechanic looks like. There don't seem to be any lives. There's just checkpoints. But yeah, this is surprisingly difficult combat, considering that this is the first level in the game. What is going on here? How difficult is this going to get? Alright, well, you can't hit me when I'm doing spin attacks, so I'm just going to ignore all of you. That's easier. Ta-da! Checkpoint. Are you serious? There's no block ability or anything. Maybe I should be using this bunny rabbit thing more. Here. Death by bunny. My only friend in this forest. So, yeah, you're just gonna murder me. Yeah, that is the Mega Man death overlay thing. Whoop. Excuse you? Could you just not? See, you saw there how precise the attack animation is. Wait, what's the Plinko thingy with the golden cups on the overlay? Ah, every time someone does a donation, follow, subscribe, etc., it adds to the cup, and then we use that to determine the number of winners in the prize draw at the end of the month. Did you not? He's gonna follow me to the ends of the earth, isn't he? Get out of here. Okay. Grab the flower. You die. Oh my god, we did it. What exactly would count as a typo? Just one missing letter or additional letter? Yeah, that's all it needs to be to count as a typo. Oh, we actually have different abilities. Lepus, Fearless, and Columba. And there is a speedrun timer in the bottom right. That's surprising. What does Fearless do? Ah. Okay, and then Columba. Huh. Let's go with Fearless. I feel like that's going to be more useful. Will the prize draw be done tomorrow or next week? It will be done next week, because we always do it during the Wheel of Misfortune streams. We won't do a prize draw during a Stars and Time stream. Is it ammo? Is it ammo? You know what? No, it's not ammo. It's magic or MP. Okay, Astronomer, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. What else have I missed there? What is this game? It's... Honestly, I'm slightly confused at the moment. I think I was expecting more story, or at least some level of context, because that's what I've come to expect from a bunch of these kind of games. But so far, this does just seem to be a Mega Man style. Oh my god, there's evil birds. A Mega Man style game. Oh, we're dead. Where falling in the pit is instant death, but it's just checkpoint based instead of lives, which is kind of nice. I like that it's a bit more forgiving in that way. Why does it knock me that direction? Go, cat thing. I believe in your powers. Get him. Yeah. Cat is strong. Okay, you need to just not. Hedgehog is the worst. The actual worst. Go away. Okay, let's go.
Amber Bones joined the crusade.
Woo! Amber Bones, thank you so much for becoming a member. Please make sure that you jump over to the Discord and add some games to the list. Especially considering you've got about 3 or 4 days to add one before the end of the month. And then you'll be able to submit one for April as well as March. Neon, is this an OST? I think it is an OST, so we'll give it OST. Okay, we're just gonna leave him alone. You can get out of here. All right, how does the cat work? Does it Cats are affected by gravity, confirmed. I'm somewhat disappointed by that. I want my anti-grav cat back. I also feel like I'm getting some frame rate issues, weirdly enough. All right, but we made it through. We did another level. Nick, you're inexplicably moving store locations again after moving last month. That's surprising. What's happening? Is it just moving to a better location, better job? Are they shuffling you around? Is the store closing down? What's the reasoning behind it? Wow. I got an E ranking. We can do better than that. We're not going to try and retry that level, but yeah, 3 retries. I think we got like no additional score multipliers. We can do better. Oh, and now it tells us about the spin jump. Okay, so it's not a good tutorial. I mean, technically the game never even told me how to attack, so, you know. Oh, if you're spinning and try and attack, it automatically uses your special magic ability. That's odd. Oh, and we've got another new enemy already. This game is not pulling any punches. Aha, it didn't get me that time. All right, we are just gonna try and power through this. Went for these stupid hedgehogs. Have I just evolved into Dr. Robotnik? Stupid hedgehogs. Yeah. Look at us go. No, thank you. Freaking electric sheep. Is this game just filled with Pokemon? Is that what's happening here? The cries sound something like Pokemon. Like original Pokemon. Okay, okay. This is about to get tricky. You're gone. Good. Thank you. I feel like we're actually making better progress on this. What? No! No! That's so evil. This is definitely Mega Man inspired. Okay, okay, do your thing. Go away. Okay, that's on me. I fell for the same thing twice. I definitely don't have the facial hair to be Eggman. Not yet. We could make it happen if we wanted to. I would have to lose some of the hair off the top of my head though, and I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. Oh, hang on. Oh, that still does a regular attack. Huh. It's only if I press up and attack at the same time that it just defaults to doing the runny rabbit thing. Oh, I keep forgetting where I am. I think it's further ahead than that. That's a safe jump. It's not. Did we get a bingo, or was the on-screen list never updated with the settings tiles? It was not updated. We're still just waiting on Dusk for that. Do you need a reminder, Dusk, on what tiles were called? Okay, we're not following. There are days where I play games and I'm just left with the thought in my head, am I stupid? I think I might be stupid. Yeah, I'm just gonna power through it. No. And it doesn't even pause the timer when you're paused here. That's surprising. Where else do you get the hair for the mustache? The hairs on your head are a fair sacrifice. You're right. We'll take the hairs off the head and turn them into a mustache. Job done. I do think you are stupid. I think I might be. I blame it on trying to be entertaining and stream at the same time. There's something going on there. Raven, okay, you do need a reminder on them. Okay. Can we just pop into chat some of the other tiles that were called? I know that we had... We didn't have detect sector edition. We had separate sound sliders. We had opens in windowed mode. What else did we have? No, stop that. Bad bee thing. I need to slow down and actually deal with these guys. We had rebindable controls. We go heal up from there. I was so close to the end of the level there as well. Or checkpoint. You're an enemy? You're not even the right color. Screw you, game. Also, why is it defaulted back to throwing the bunny rabbit? I was on this one. Ah! Okay. Silly snail. Thank you for the follow. Was that Fuke? Yes, we had dialogue box with tutorial things. You're correct. We had developer YouTube channel, controller compatibility, and Grail loses it was definitely on there. Or it should be on there now. Sorry, I was thinking Grail misses something. Like, how are you even meant to do this? I mean, like, it's easy to get past it, but to actually deal with the enemy is a bit challenging. Also, I say, how do you deal with this? And then I immediately deal with it. So, you know, goes to show. Is possible. Alright, don't do the thing. Out of there. Okay. I hate everything. You know what I think this game's missing that would make a huge difference? Collectibles. There's no collectibles. Not even coins for extra points. It's just platforming and combat. And look, don't get me wrong, the platforming is pretty fine. The combat is unforgiving. Can't wait. Like, I want to see a boss fight. I think that's what's going to really kind of make or break this. Yeah, has a demo cutscene. We definitely had a cutscene at the start. I think we do technically have leaderboards, considering there is a score system. Was it the real Fuke or the fake one? We will never know. Starter Zebu, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Right. Run. Double tap right or left or press the run button to quickly dash forward. Can be done during a standing attack. Oh, Dusk, we had a fake Fuke in the last stream we did. That was an enemy? Wait, what? Oh, come on. How is that fair? Okay, you can do a speedy, like a sprint, spin, jump. Which, odd. Get out of here. And it's changed my weapon again. You not do that? Sprint, little girl. Okay, no, heals stop us from sprinting, apparently. And now the bee is just running away forever? Oh, they came back. Okay. No! That's not ground! I've been living my entire life knowing what ground is, but that caught me off guard. That was not ground. For the first time in my life. Okay, this is just cruel. Sheep, die. Okay, we will take the health. We've not had a dev logo, no. Seriously? The little mushroom dude could just pop up there? Okay. Good, kill him before he actually manages to attack me. Yep, that seems fair. Mm-hmm. Loving all of this, let's go. Okay. It's a big snail! He does 3 bubbles, okay. Look, I've got to give it to the game. The amount of, like, variety in the enemies is commendable. So much of this feels incredibly unfair, though. Which is impressive. No! There's no warning on those guys. They just pop up out of nowhere. Goodbye. Gonna duck straight past. See? It was right under me. Okay, we can bounce over that. No, 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 no! Oh, yeah, cool. Don't do a spin jump there. That's fine. I didn't want to anyway. Yep, loving this. Okay. Go. Really? You're not dead? Okay. Checkpoint! Yay! Oh, that's an even more evil flower. Got it. Well, we're just gonna leave that alone. Okay, we have to kill that guy. Go, kitty. Excuse you. Alright. No. Not like that. Oh, did the bee just kill itself by falling into the pit? I think it did. Okay. Oh, we did it. Holy cow. Ty, I feel like this is a genre that purposely omits most of the modern ideas of game design, which makes the game way more frustrating than it needs to be. It's not exactly bad, but I do see where the mixed views would stem from. Yeah, it's the kind of game that is high-level difficulty for no real particular reason. I think if they lowered the difficulty level to make it more acceptable or more approachable, I think they would have actually had a wider audience, because at the core, the movement system and the level design is pretty good. Nothing wrong with it, but the combat feels unsatisfying because your attacks have such a short range and the stun time on them is so low that it's very easy for you as the player to get comboed into things or knocked off edges with no possibility for recovery. This is one of those games that weirdly I think would be better with a double jump, because that would give you a chance to recover from attacks that knock you off the edges of things. There's very little in the way of tutorial going on here, and it could do with a bit more, but we can talk about that later. We've got 10 minutes more to see how much further we can get and see if there is a boss fight in this. Level 9 enjoyed. Let's assume this game was made by someone who's more an artist than a developer. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know if anyone caught the name of that follow, but I'm not reading that one out loud. Luca, don't know how I feel about the zigzag lines on the ground. It looks pretty weird when jumping and running. Might be something that's just coming through on the stream. It's kind of hard to see on my end. It looks fine. But it could be something that's coming through as a result of the bitrate or something like that. Was it a slur? No, it was just a bit of a rude word. D-Dobie Feist? D-Dobie Feist, yeah. It's valid in its own right, but exists in a world of thousands of other devs giving more. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting. You're right. It's fine as it is, but to stand out on Steam, you need to be more than fine. Yeah, who's the market for this game? All right. Dive. Double tap down or press down and jump while in the air to swiftly descend to the ground. Cool, I can fall into bottomless pits faster. Land on slopes with this move, then spin jump to leap across greater distance. Okay, we actually do have some movement tech. That's kind of cool. My movement tech is just ignoring as many enemies as possible. What are you going to do about that, game? You're going to throw more enemies at me, aren't you? Huh? Yeah. I'm going to stand right on the... See, even right on the edge, that still gets me. Okay. No, sprint isn't working. There we go. I forgot what ground was. That wasn't it. I'm also not a huge fan of the sprint system. It feels off. It's kind of hard to explain when there's so much else going on screen at the same time. But to give you an idea, basically you have to press B or double tap one of the side, like left or right, in order to sprint. As soon as you land, after jumping, the sprint ends. God, that's the dive. It is just, you just plummet to the ground. Got it. Yep. Cool. I bet it doesn't even do damage to enemies. Yeah, the sprint ends as soon as you hit the ground, so you don't get that fluid momentum. The game feels very stop and start, which is not a good thing. Okay. Because if I did it here, yeah, no, good luck trying to do that on that small slope. We don't need that, but we do want that to heal up. Fine, we'll take a hit. Alright. Dusk, you should... Ooh, actually, is there anyone on... Do we have a mod over on the Twitch that can just ban them? They're obviously changing their name and re-following in order to get it to pop up on stream. We have someone who's doing a little bit of trolling. Yeah, Sky, if you could try and get them out of here, that'd be appreciated. What happened? It was another joke follow that came up on screen. Oh my god. No worries though, Dusk. I think Sky's got it. Let's just ignore him. I see you up there. Yeah, that stop-start sprint is going to be the death of me more than once. Get out of here. Bro! No way! Oh. Technically, I got away from the enemies. You can't say that I didn't. Did it save me? Was it worth it? No, not even a little bit. Come on. Go away. I always fall for that. Actually, you know what? That also annoys me. It looks like she's holding a shield. It does nothing. So what is that she's holding? Is it the magic? Oh, it's the little harp thing. I think it's meant to be the little harp thing for casting the spells. Which, you know, I've only got 1 health left, so we're just gonna die in a minute. Whoa! Okay. Health! We're alive! Screw you, I'm out of here. Also, they taught us about that jump mechanic, and that has been completely unnecessary in order to get through these levels. You know what, I can just jump that normally. Whee! There you go, I did the thing. Ow. Run! There's the end! Ah, oh, we did it with like 2 health left. Okay. Power cut. Keep the attack button held down after an attack to charge up a move that has more range and damage. Oh! Okay. That's it? Normal attack is reaching to there. The first segment on that little pipe block thing. That's as far as the normal attack goes. Let's charge it up. Let's see how much further it goes. Are you ready? Wow. That's incredible. That does not feel like it's worth it. Boss fight time. Please, everyone, enjoy the boss fight music. This is not good boss fight music. Okay. Far out. Yep. We're gonna lose the first time. It's fine. This is no Hollow Knight after all. It's Thorax again. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be the breaking point, I think, for most casual gamers getting through the game. Well, we haven't even seen that one before. Okay. Cool, they can just magically redirect those instead of just following straight lines. Got it. Yep, swooping attack. No, that one. Okay, it changes direction at your location. Got it. Yikes. Agility with the follow. No, that's the troll again. Cool. Now, if they keep doing that, I'll just have to turn off the notifications for a while. Spoil their fun that way, I guess. Oh. Three. Cool. Just flying into a random position there. Yep, do it again. Sometimes it tracks across the bottom of the screen. Sometimes it tracks across the middle of the screen. Okay. Can I IP ban them? I don't think so. We've got 2 minutes left for this game, and I'll take a look at the settings afterwards to see what I can do. I don't think we're going to be beating this boss. These devs really need to play Hollow Knight and take a lot of notes. Oh, okay. That's my bad. I shouldn't have tried to jump that one. Yep, just fly across the middle of the screen for no reason. Cool. We did like 25% damage. Okay. Did we get an extra person for the follows? No, I don't think we did actually. Okay. Take that. Oh my god. Stay low. Nope, or don't. He's gonna get you either way. Still gonna get you. 2, 3. No, I was still too close. You want to hit him? No, he's gonna move and hit you instead. I can see what they're going for. It doesn't quite work. Cool. 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Got that. Gotcha there. Oh, okay. This is going to be a long boss fight if I do manage to get it. Got him again. Oh, we'll just duck under that. Casual duck. I've done that. Fine, it's fine. There's a part of me that really does want to be able to pull this off. Can't explain why. Gotcha there. Ah, shouldn't have done that. Hey. Too slow. Oh, that was accidental, but it worked. Great. Yeah, or at the very least, give us a healing ability. Ow. Okay, I have 1 health left. How much can I clutch on this? Probably not much. Don't jump. Got 2 hits there. Be happy with 1. Oh. No! I jumped too soon! Alright, well, that's gonna be it. You have to give praise for the variety in the attack pattern, but it's just not satisfying. Alright, let's quit there. Am I sure? Yes. Okay. Level 9 Druid, my theory why this boss is so hard, this was the end of the demo / this is the entire game. I think that's a pretty solid guess. Alright. Let's try and think of some actual critique and insight to be able to give back to the dev here. Yeah, it's so unsatisfying, do so very little damage. Hey, there we go. We've got a follow from Dusk as well. See, there we go. That one dropped a thing into the tip jar. Perfect. So yes, it looks like the other ones were like follows followed by unfollows so that they could repeat it. Anyway, let's not give them any more attention than they deserve. The amount they deserve is 0. Someone followed just then. I got follow from... We've had Mike Normal and that darn Raven. Yeah, we've got a troll on here. Hang on a sec. Let me see what I can do on my end. I'm willing to bet these are all from the same people. Yeah, Sky just banned them because we know it's not the real darn Raven. Can I... Sorry everyone, bear with me. Don't know what I can do on my end about this. Don't think I can IP ban them. That doesn't seem to be an option, at least not that I can find easily. No, nothing I can see there. Sky's doing a great job of staying on top of it though, but nothing else I can see on my end. Check you later. Yeah, it's a really odd effort. Oh. Oh, anyway, about the game. Let's give some feedback. I think there's a bit of gaming dissonance between the presentation and the gameplay. It's got a really cute aesthetic. I would classify it as Kirby-esque in its nature. It's somewhat cute, focused around platforming. It's got cuddly animals in it. Like, the pixel art is actually fantastic. It's a little simplistic in the environments and the backgrounds, but overall it looks pretty good. Gaming Collective, you look like a legit person. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, we've had some stuff going on today. Chudleys, cool, you found you streaming. You did indeed. We're about to move on to a new game pretty shortly. Also, Panda just doing a big stretch down there. She's having a tough day. Alright, so yes, there's a bit of cognitive dissonance between the gameplay and the graphics, which is probably going to put off some people, because people will actually look at it and go, oh, this looks like it should just be a 2D platformer with some enemies to get around, but actually it's more Mega Man themed, with a lot of challenging enemies that you need to deal with. The enemies themselves, I would say, are creative and varied, but probably weirdly more difficult than they need to be. I think it comes down to the fact that they don't particularly telegraph their attacks. Again, the comparison that comes to mind for whatever reason, probably because I've played it recently, is Hollow Knight. Even the basic enemies have a bit of a wind up before they attack, so that you have an opportunity to move out of the way and then counter. Whereas a lot of the enemies in this game, they will go from a neutral stance into immediate attack. So it's more about the timing than anything else. And it makes them feel unpredictable, and although they're not unfair, because from a design standpoint, I can see how they are fairly designed, the timing of the attacks is consistent. As a player, it feels unfair because there's no visual warning of an attack that's about to happen. It doesn't feel as good as it should. Plus, when you get hit, being put into a state of free fall with no chance of recovery also feels bad from a platforming perspective. I would reconsider the run mechanic as well. I think that's going to put a lot of people off. It looks like this game has been designed with potentially not necessarily speed running, but like time trial-esque attributes, because you've got a leaderboard and a scoring system and a timer that keeps ticking even in the pause menu. So the fact that your sprint ends after landing a jump doesn't feel good. Like, even basic Super Mario Brothers got that right. You hold down the B button, you run, and you will keep sprinting until you release the sprint button. Doesn't matter how many jumps you do. So for it to be an on-off thing based on landing a jump in this feels weird. It doesn't feel right. So I think mechanically there's a few things to improve. I would definitely have a look at implementing some kind of ranged attack, although the game seems to be very melee focused, so I think trying to switch that and balance it would be a nigh impossible mission. That said, I would adjust the health of a lot of enemies. The fact that even a basic enemy requires multiple hits to kill, that I think makes the player feel incredibly underpowered and makes the combat feel overwhelming even to begin with. Whoa, yeah, what was happening with the overlay? All right, hang on, one sec. Thank you for catching that, Raven. We can do something about that, I think. We're gonna need to grab ourselves a new link by the look of it. Yeah, someone's managed to get access that they shouldn't. That's surprising. Hang on. Right. This is new. Yeah. Right, for now, I'm going to turn off the overlay because that's getting a little weird. Ah, this is new. All right, sorry guys. I'm going to put you over actually to a holding screen for a sec. Please stay put. Probably going to be about 5 minutes while I sort this out. I'll put some background music on for you guys just while we get this sorted so I can focus and not try and multitask here. One sec, everyone. Boop. There we go. Surprise! Technical difficulties. Haven't had to use this one in a while. Put that there so you've got some chat. Okay. Can we do a Wordle? Yeah, give me a sec. I can probably pull that up for you. There we go. There you go. You can do some Wordle there. Let me sort some of this out. Alrighty, we should be good now. We've updated things, so the overlay should be better protected. And we've also removed alerts from follows, so that's now no longer a thing. Alright. We'll just keep an eye out for anything else they decide to do, but at the very least it means that if they want to do a little bit of light trolling on things and get alerts on screen, they're going to have to pay to do it. So that's fun. Alright, let you guys finish up the Wordle and then we'll jump back into things. Unless you guys don't really care that much about it. But no, like when you're 4 things in. Was the overlay a Google Doc? No, it's through a plugin, but it is basically just a web page. So technically if you had the link to it, don't know how they would have got it, but you could have technically guessed it after long enough. You would then be able to do whatever you want. So now it's better protected. We should be fine. Might do bit donations 1 bit at a time. I think there is a minimum on it. But again, we'll keep an eye out. If that starts happening, we'll deal with it. At the end of the day, I don't want it to disrupt it too much. Didn't I have it open on an alt tab? Yep. That's alright. My machine's not hacked. Nothing to worry about here. Like, trust me, if my machine were hacked, my credit card information would be gone. It would be a much worse situation than we are now. Let's put it that way. Alright, we should be fine to be able to carry on. Sorry, everyone, about that. Although, to be honest, I will say, considering that I've been streaming for 2 or 3 years now, starting on YouTube and then Twitch for a bit over a year, I'm honestly surprised it's taken this long for a troll to find their way in, considering that the Alamo video is rife with trolls. Like, I'm surprised it's taken this long. But shout out to Dusk and for Sky for helping to manage that. You guys were in and on it straight away, so thank you so much for helping make that nice and easy and helping point me in the right direction. How the game is overlaid? Don't know. Kudos to them for figuring it out. My fault. Should have password protected it to begin with. These things happen, unfortunately. All right. Let's carry on with things. Unfortunately, I don't think we managed to get a bingo out of that one. I want to see who was close. Maybe there is someone that we can actually help get over the line. Jazzy wasn't too far off on a couple of them, but unfortunately, game's not on more than one platform. We definitely have an upgrade system, so no luck there. Luca, is there anything we could do to help you? We technically had a dash. We've got a sprint. I would count that as a dash. The game didn't slap, though. No luck there, and no aliens. I wouldn't say the soundtrack slaps. Sorry, I think that's Alistair. I can't get you a win on that one. Solo Kissin'. We didn't even get a title drop. We didn't have currency. I was surprised we had no currency. Yeah, can't even help you on that one. Apparently the link in the overlay led to a music video. Someone actually tested it, which was very bold of them. I wouldn't recommend doing that in the future. Saint Phantom, welcome, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. You've come in at a weird time. Angry Iceby, what's going on? What did you miss? We had someone who managed to just disrupt the stream. We'll leave it at that. Okay, yeah, I don't think we had enough tiles on there. So we're going to leave it and we'll move on to a new one. All right, let's actually quit the game there. I do thank the dev for sending their game along. I can see why, unfortunately, a lot of people would have bounced off it. Yeah, I don't think it quite managed to stick the landing, and I think the people who would be interested in it are, unfortunately, a very small and niche audience. Bit of a rough one. The game didn't interest you. I think that's fair, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next game. We're going to put the 7-7 back on here. And let's spin and see what we've got for game number 2 today. Okay. Pause the music there. We're going to be playing Take You Home on a 6x6. All right. Let's update this. Oh, I've got to put the overlay back. That should be fine. Cool. Pop that there. All right, Dusk, hopefully you are good to go. Maybe mid typo, there were 2 links. It was all the same link. Yeah. All right, 6x6, and we are going to be playing. Oh, Take You Home is not in my library yet. Okay. Why did I put it on here then? It must have. Oh, it's got a free demo. I think that's why we're doing it. We were asked to play the demo. Yes, because this game is not actually out yet. It releases in 3 days, so we're getting to it just in time. In a strange monochrome world, swap colors and flip gravity to chase a mysterious black cat. I'm down for this. This sounds all right. Okay, so Dusk. We have less than 200 reviews because this game isn't out yet. It has 0 reviews, which means it technically definitely releases after 2020. It is the same developer and publisher, and this is the only game they have made. We do have a demo available, and we do have a trailer. We've got 2 trailers to watch. That one's 2 minutes. This one is 1:58. We'll go with the shorter of the 2. Dev logo doesn't count there. The character is giving Thomas Was Alone vibes. Okay. We do a fun little flipping mechanic. I like that. It means you have to be very creative with the level design. That becomes more of a puzzle platformer. Okay. Simple black and white aesthetic. I like the almost hand-drawn effect with the moving scribbly lines. I think it's a very neat aesthetic. And I think they've done the right thing by keeping the music simple to kind of allow the visuals to speak. I think the question is going to be, how good is the platforming? How good are the puzzles? Okay, dynamic. Looks like it's definitely possible to die. Yep. It means we can definitely mark off jump. Don't know why I didn't mention that before, but go ahead and mark off jump. We don't seem to have lives, though. Just death. That's a mechanic I'm not a huge fan of. Randomly appearing and disappearing platforms. There should at least be an indicator for where it's going to appear. TNT PvP! First stream catching in a while. Looks like you came in just the right time because it's your cup of tea. Heck yes, TNT PvP in chat. They're here. The man, the myth, the legend. I think this looks lovely. I feel potentially it's going to be missing a bit of the charm element because your player character doesn't really have much personality, but there's strong vibes in the game. I think that's going to be its strength. Also, the next button is here. You just can't see it. It looks simple, and I'm also expecting it's going to be a relatively short game as a result. All right, what else do we have? Apparently, this is similar to Hollow Knight and Celeste. There's no combat. You know what? I will. Do we give it? No. The platforming mechanics are very different. We don't even have a double jump, so it's not a Celeste-like. There's no dash. Can't be it. The cat provides the required cute factor. In a weird way, it actually kind of does. Level 9 Druid. And after this game, people are telling me, your games are not selling because they have bad graphics. No. Most people who actually care about games and game design don't care about graphics. There are people who care about graphics, but they're more the people who are casual gamers and are in it just for fun and playing what's popular. If people care about gameplay, they don't care so much about graphics. Your graphics can be simple, but they need to have charm and personality. Otherwise, people will bounce off them. Luca EMC, when searching the game via the title, gets 0 results. That seems weird. I mean, that's how I found it. Take you home. Popped it in there. There it is. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's got some region restrictions or something. We do have controller support. Oh, Raven, I think you've missed a bunch. Oh, sorry, Dusk, I think you've missed a bunch. You've got Jump, but we do need to have less than 200 reviews, released after 2020, same developer and publisher, and Jump. If we grab those ones, we should be pretty much on it. We've got a demo available. You've got controller support, thank you. Related games are unrelated. Oh, you've got the Steam page written in a different language. That's interesting, Phantom. The demo has, the game has been updated, so we can mark that one off as well. It does support additional languages. It doesn't support Swedish though, but it does support additional languages. Move, jump, go forward, stuck, flip it. That's all you can do in this strange black and white space. Take You Home is an indie, minimalist, hand-drawn 2D puzzle platform. Okay, so it is hand-drawn graphics. That's cool. Ah, yes, Solid Kiss, and thank you. And only made one game. Do we have Chat Wins Wordle? You know what? I'll give you Chat Wins Wordle, because technically it was after we finished the last game. Would I say flipping colors counts as non-standard movement? Yes. Yes, I would. You can have that. You can have non-standard movement. Swap black and white, flip gravity. 60 unique levels. Easy controls, collect items for unexpected surprises. Sounds good to me. Don't know about Steam Deck compatibility. There's no achievements. We don't have a website or a YouTube link. I've got QQ. Whatever platform that is, it's not a direct link, so I can't use it. But we did have game has been updated. In fact, they've done quite a few patches on it. It's good to see them updating the demo. A lot of devs don't do that. Chinese social media? Ah, cool. All right, I guess that gives us some insight about where the devs are and why people are seeing the name in Chinese. Okay, let's hop into the demo. It is 500 megabytes, so that should download pretty quickly. You might get a bit of buffering, but we shouldn't need to go to a Wordle because it's done already. Love that. Excellent. As a game on one platform, it's only a demo, so I would assume it's only on one platform. Someone might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, though. Let's get into the game. Is it solo dev? No idea. No idea if it's solo dev or not. Oh, there we go. We've got engine logo made in Unity. It launched in windowed mode, so that's 2 more tiles there. And we got a developer logo as well. Okay, so engine logo, developer logo, and launches in windowed mode. Do we have... We don't have any settings. 2-person team. All right, let me just change the view on here so that you guys can at least see it in full screen. Because someone should. There you go. I'll play in windowed mode. You can watch in full screen. Hope they put it to the Switch. Yeah, this would be a good match for the Switch. Aha! So I can use other mechanics despite the game not having told me about them yet. Love it. Kitty, come back. Now, does that count as a level? Who knows? Look at me go. Platforming. I need to start the timer. Ground mist is something important. I forgot the timer. Ooh. Interesting aesthetic there. Kitty, come back. I can't jump that, but I can do this. Yeah. Okay. It's a Hollow Knight-esque game. We've got a bench to sit on. Oh, there is story. October 23rd. We'll count this as a dialogue box or a log. This is like a diary / log. Today, the kitty climbs the big tree again. Mum and Dad aren't home. I can't climb trees, and I can't carry a ladder to save it, so I just called to it from under the tree. Kitty! Kitty, come home with me! Just jump right down. Kitty's so amazing now! But I got a fever again at night because I was out in the wind. The kitty stayed by my bed all night. So warm. Cuddly cats are the best hot water bottles. Yeah, the sound design is fantastic. It's not an OST that slaps, but I would say it's great sound design. The only thing that's missing is there's no... Oh! I was about to say there was no sound effect for jumping, but there is. It's a piano note. And it's slightly discordant, so it stands out against the ambient background tones. And then when you flip, it goes muted. That's pretty neat. So yeah, there's little chimes and piano tones. I want to climb the tree and see it too. Oh, I noticed that. Levin, I enjoyed you trying to push your games to the Switch since 2021. No success, even with family-friendly titles. Yeah, I was gonna say, I agree with TNT PV. I heard trying to self-publish on the Switch is not actually that easy. Okay. So we can jump up here, flip through, and that moves along. Kitty's food smells so yummy. Cat food's not meant to smell good. Are you actually a cat? So we're collecting leaves. I don't know why. Huh. How get up there? Oh, that moves. Okay, that I think needs to be slightly better telegraphed. Kitty's favorite toy is the yarn ball. Well, heck yeah, those things are fun. Have you tried one? Just to there. Go that way, flip up there. Sleeping Kitty looks like a black rice bowl. I mean, you're not wrong. Guys, that looks like a bench for a second. We're having hallucinations already. No, come back! Yes. Perfect. Kitty loves to sleep on my pillow. Sleepy kitty, soft kitty, little ball of fur. I don't think I can make that jump, but I also don't see a different way to go, so I'm guessing I have to try at the very least. Nope. Going down then. I can't go through that way. That's... Oh. Just meant to go back again, I think. I can make that, but I can't make that. Okay. Interesting. So, can get that way. Oh, but I can't get back there. Why am I so determined to get this leaf? I think I know what I need to do. We're going to hit that, and then we hit that. Then we quickly jump down this way. We jump across, grab that, and we jump. Yeah. Did it! Yeah, you can only flip when you're grounded. Why do I feel like this game will have a story that makes some people cry? I think you're 100% correct. Hey, 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 hey. That was mean. Well, all right. Jump across there, but now we're... Ah. I need to be able to get on top of that? Yeah. That made a chair under the tree. Let's hope there's no rope involved. Where do I go from here? Do I hop back into there? Go around. Go this way. Ah. Okay. Yeah, we did it. Get the right one to start dropping. Yeah, Richard, I got it. We figured it out. I find it funny how you can't self-publish, but Nintendo's okay with AI slop and meme games on the eShop. So many of them, yes. Oh, Raven, what'd I miss? Oh, the rope joke? Is that what you're saying Grail for? We're allowed a little dark humor here. Okay, we can't make that jump. That is too far. And flip you. Oh, we don't want to fall through there though. Okay. So not everything is evenly sized. Yeah, and I can't quite flip through there. Curious. All right, I'm not stressing about getting the leaves. We've got things to see. We're just gonna stop there. Well, that's not particularly helpful. I guess. No. And now we wait. Let me go back. Make sure that triggers. Gotta get down here. Oh. Yep, I should have seen that coming. Ah, okay, can't do that fast enough. Bad ending achieved. Yeah. Didn't save the cat. How do... Wait, if I go this way, now I've got a safety bit that I can jump through? Yes. Okay, that's clever. That's clever, I like that. How do I get... Oh, no, yeah, I can go down here, flip that, go back this way. Okay. Yeah, you see flashes of things. That's pretty cool. Oh, wait, don't jump that way. That's death. Down here. Yeah. Kitty fetches the ball I throw. That's a dog. If you throw a ball for a cat, they'll chase it, and then they'll just bap it around. Like, that's it. They're not going to bring it back to you. They don't fetch. What do you think they are, a dog? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There are multiple ways to die in this game. Oh, that one goes up. Okay, that's the one that we need. That one also goes up. Ah. Uppies, please. Thank you. That doesn't let us get through there. That does, but that's going to kill us. Ah. So we need those to be able to get up along that way. So we need to actually trigger them in sequence from the left here, I think. Kitty pounces on leaves. Good kitty. Yeah, it's a fellow cat owner. Cats will never do what you want. So correct. All right, so we do this, this, this. We ride this one up. Can we make that jump? I think we can. Quickly now. Yeah. We did it. We're smart. SMRT smart. I don't know how to get that without dying. I'm not that smart. There's probably another moving block there somewhere that I just didn't see. Okay. Go. Kitty! You ready to be sad? July the 11th, XX85. Today was my birthday and the kitty's birthday. The kitty has lived with us for years. It's family now. But I can't go outside. I can only walk slowly at home. I can't play with the kitty out there. Kitty went to that tree again. Can't see it, but I can hear it from my window. It brings me a leaf from the big tree when it comes back. I have lots and lots of leaves. Yeah, this kid's got like cancer or some other immunocompromised thing. Like, oh boy. Privavi, yeah, the level design does seem really well thought out. The only feedback I would have for the devs so far is that I'm not sure if I like or dislike the fact that a lot of the moving blocks aren't visible. I feel like it could be doing a little bit more to telegraph those things to the player. Like even here, it's really hard to see, but there is a soft shadow of where things will flip to, but it doesn't show what is flipping. So I think even if they were a slightly grayish color, it would make it more clear, but I think it would potentially also ruin the aesthetic. So I'm not quite sure where I stand on it. I think I'm glad that the resets are quick and there isn't a death counter or a life mechanic, because that would make some of the death from platforms not being super clearly telegraphed feel worse. So the fact that it's actually very forgiving in that aspect, I think works in the game's favor. Now, what happens if I jump? Do I just die? Yes, you don't get like pushed through objects. You're just straight up dead. We can do that. We can jump over, grab that. And we just have to repeat the cycle. Medicine tastes so bitter. Yeah, this kid's got cancer. Okay. We do a big jump. Nailed it. We fall here. Yeah, all of that disappears. Okay. Huh. So we need to jump across. I like nighttime. I do too, kid. Nighttime's great. If I jump there, I'm dead. Oh. Okay, yep. So that one stays. That's not useful. Do a little bit of this. We climb stairs backwards. Go there, through there, and jump. Yes. And not the story art cancer game. There was a different one that was like more of a first person one about dealing with cancer. God, I can visualize it, but I don't remember what it was called. Yeah, it's one of these games for sure. I think, though, a lot of the effectiveness of it... If I jump there, I'm going to die, aren't I? No, I can jump safely in this bit. Kitty stays with me when I have a fever. I think a lot of the effectiveness of the plot is going to depend on whether the author is drawing on personal experiences, or if they're trying to describe what they imagine the process of dealing with a terminal illness is like. Because I think for these stories to land, they need to be grounded in reality. They need to have authenticity to them. I truly feel that unless it's something that you've been exposed to, it's very difficult to articulate it and convey the meaning of it to a viewer. Yeah, Privy, I agree. You feel like you don't write something like this without personal experience. I mean, some people might choose to make it their subject matter because they're wanting to emulate other media that's seen success. And yes, Jazzy, that dragon cancer was exactly what I was thinking of. Well spotted. But I think it's difficult to know whether or not the developers in this particular game are drawing on personal experience or not. And I think if they are, they absolutely need to put it into their store page. because that's going to be a big draw for people. Right, what's changing here? That's changing. Whoops, not quite like that. Nope, that way. Then we jump here to fall down. Here to get a platform. Here to fall down. Flip. Cross. My hands are cold during IV, but Kitty is warm. The only thing that's like cluing me into this a little bit is that the descriptions feel a little on the nose. Where I go, well, would someone who's actually suffering through this describe it in this way? I'm not convinced. That just reminds me of the recent movie Dear Santa, a Christmas movie in which a kid does a demonic deal with Asmodeus that accidentally brings his brother back to life. I don't think you can make a niche minimalist story with a sad personal story to make money. Look, if people jump into a stream just to be trolls, people will absolutely make a game just to make money. Like, don't put it past them. Someone would. Yeah, but the problem is that everyone has lost someone to cancer, but most people wouldn't have the first-hand experience with it. Everyone has a reason to write about cancer. I'm actually probably a little bit... I wouldn't say different. I think I'm a little bit lucky in that regard that I don't... As far as I know, I don't believe I've lost anyone to cancer. So I don't have that personal experience to draw upon. It sure is a way to treat death, and also sure is a premise for a Christmas movie. I thought we were talking about this game for a second. Does the game have original music? I believe it is an OST, yes. You've lost someone with blood cancer. It was my neighbor, great guy. And that's the thing, like, I think it's a subject that a lot of people can draw upon, and with good reason. But I think if you're going to make it the basis of a game that you're writing, you need to be careful with that. Right, I'm missing something simple there. How do we get through this one? If I'm here and I jump, we just die, so that's not it. Yeah, this section I think actually works well with the shading of the platforms in the background. Okay, the ones on the right are in 3s, whereas the ones on the left are in 2s. So I just had to sync up the cycles. Here we go. 100% normal human, you've lost both your grandparents to cancer. Grandpa died back in January from a cancer he fought for 10 years. I'm so sorry for your loss. That's absolutely brutal. I hope you were able to celebrate their life after their passing in a way that they would have wanted. Yeah, might not be cancer. It might not be cancer in this game, but some type of terminal illness. Like, anything that involves sick kids is going to elicit an emotional response. Yep, and we died. We go this way. Do a little cheeky jump down here. Grab that. Kitty sits on my tummy when I'm lying down. Of course they do. They keep you company. Cats are also great symbolism here. Oh, they're definitely leaves, because they were talking about the leaves that the cat brought them from the tree outside. And we've got the tree as like one of the main bits of symbolism with the cat up the top of it at the end of each stage. So yeah, I think they're definitely leaves. Man, this is an anti-bingo space. Chat makes the game less fun. We're making it more real. I think sometimes it's good to stop and actually have a real conversation about things. There's a lot of topics in this world that we purposely try and avoid talking about because they make us feel a certain way. No, that's not the answer. That doesn't mean that we should avoid it. Okay, if I jump there, I die. Yeah, because that's not a safe space anymore. And from there, I can't quite get around the corner. If I jump here, I'm also dead. Same here as well. But now I've got nowhere I can go, because if I jump to the side, I'm dead. Hang on. Yeah. Jump there, I'm dead. How does we do it? Oh no, because I can drop down the bottom there. Of course. But if I jump there, I'm dead. I have to just walk. Sometimes you just walk. Oh, there's a leaf there. Okay. Jump. If I jump there, I'm dead. You know what? We're going to leave that one, because now I can just fall down here and we can go that way. Oh, but that was the answer there. Okay. Oh, we did that wrong. If I jump, I'm dead. Can't make that. We jump up to here. Fall down. Go through there. Jump there. Got it. Why can't medicine be sweet? Oh. Oh, my poor summer child. I'm dead. Ah, do I have to get that again? Shoot, how did I do this? We jumped there and fell down. There we go. And we do a jump there. There. Jump down to there. Grab that. Not jump there. I have to remember it goes in a different order. Jump there. Flip that. No. My poor brain. I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Jump. Jump. Okay, if I jump there, I'm dead. I have to jump. Oh, I think I'm dead either way. Huh. Neat. Nope, that wasn't it. Yeah, that one is just safe to jump. God damn it! What am I doing? Okay, that I don't need to flip in the first instance. Here I can just jump. No, let's just move on. I'm wasting time. Billionaires donating to cancer research shows me it's not figured out. They're getting closer and closer to it. Like, we are slowly but surely making advances. And it is probably just a matter of time until we figure out how to deal with the worst of cancers. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so we're just turning. Oh no, there's 3 stages there. Careful. Oh, we can just pass through and leave all of that nonsense. People smarter than us. Allows us to get up to there. No! No, 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 no! There's no ground! The ground is gone! That gets us across to there, and then we can just follow the path. Don't jump in the bad spot or you're dead. Alright, now we can just jump across there. Simple. So fun fact, while refreshing my memory, I learned that there's actually 2 separate Christmas movies released in 2024 called Dear Santa, about a kid writing a letter to Satan who then follows the kid. That's remarkable that we got 2 of them. That's like when Pixar and Disney accidentally both released the same movie. There was A Bug's Life and Ants. Like, yeah, my bad. We had someone who worked for both companies made the same movie. Oops. Isn't dementia being cured as well? Heard news about it like last year. Honestly, not sure. I'm cautious to say anything on that because I'm not knowledgeable on that topic. That was not accidentally, that was on purpose. Jeffrey Katzenberg purposely made Ants to try to do better than A Bug's Life. Ants was better? I'm pretty sure I've seen both. I don't remember Ants. I do remember A Bug's Life. So, say what you will about which one's better based on that. Maple Treeway is redeeming a free space. Which space are you redeeming? Oh, even Dobie Feast says, how do I say your name? Dobie Feist? Dobie Feast? Dobie Feist? They want soundtrack slaps, yeah. Because I think that maybe we need a new tile, which is instead of soundtrack slaps, we've got great sound design. But perfect, that means everyone can mark off redeem something and mark off soundtrack slaps. Go for it. Dementia is closer to a cure. A furry scientist posted that they tested a vaccine of sort and it prevented the progression of dementia for 1 to 2 years. I mean, that's a win. We shouldn't disregard that. Like, anything that can prevent things from happening into a later stage of life is a step in the right direction and will more than likely eventually lead to something that's not necessarily a cure, but a much better preventative. Dobie Feist? Like the way you say it? Cool. All right, we'll roll with that then. That's your name now. You might have had that username for like 10 years, but now you know how to say it. Unironically, furries are the smartest people in STEM. I just like that we live in a reality where you might see a headline in a newspaper or a magazine at some point that says, local furry scientist discovers Alzheimer's cure. It's just, there's something brilliant about that. Maple Treeway's redeeming another free space. PvP, probably one of the best leads on cancer currently is telomeres, which are like aglets of DNA. The shorter they are, the higher the likelihood of Alzheimer's, and the opposite for cancer. God damn. I like people that come in here and just drop some science knowledge. Thank you for that. As someone who enjoys a little bit of science themselves, I'm always impressed by people that can articulate science in an approachable way. It's why people like Bill Nye the Science Guy are so, not just like special, but important. All right, we're gonna go this way. There are yellow leaves and green leaves. They are. Kid, you've never been outside, have you? That's depressing. And it's not because, you know, you're an introvert and need to touch grass. It's far more depressing than that. Oh, okay, now we're combining mechanics together. Perfect, that's what I was hoping for. Where are you taking me? Oh, fancy square. This way. Oh, you're also moving. Alright, we can fall down here. And die, I guess. Guess I'll die. Oh, no, wait. Yep, good. Okay, that's what we're meant to be doing. I was curious, like, how I just scraped through there before. Because we were doing something wrong. Okay, we can flip here. And then we make platforms for ourselves. No! I shouldn't have jumped! Jumping was a mistake! Furries are so smart because everyone in STEM are all giant nerds. I mean, you're not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. There we go. We just go that way. I still also like love and hate the fact that nerd still has negative connotations associated with it. Oh, we saw a bed there for a second. Their subconscious is still thinking about insides and outside and things like that. Okay, that gets us through to there. Where am I going now? Huh. Okay. This? Yes. I'm afraid to jump. Oh, that's just gonna kill us. Is that square gonna come back? Oh, the square was down there. Hang on, so if I jump on that one, it goes this way, and then we fall into the hole upwards, and we get the leaf. I put all the leaves Kitty brought me in my book. That's a good place for them. You can press them and preserve them. Whole game can be a kid's dream. It absolutely could be. Talk to me about your Deltarune or My Little Pony, and I can talk your ear off. Yes. I always think it's great to be passionate about things. And I always say, like, don't make fun of someone else's passion, because it's meaningful to them. You have no right to tell them that they're wrong. I think there's land somewhere down here. Yes. Good. We're dead. We are also, unfortunately, out of time. Alright, we're going to leave it there, I think. Okay. Oh, we got black and white 14 out of 15. Oh, do we finish this, like, the next level or two? Yeah, let's do one or two more levels. It sounds like we're about to get to a major checkpoint, and I kind of want to see what's there. We'll go just a little further. Alright, how do we get around this? We go this way instead and try and meet it back up there? I think maybe we do. Yes, and we use it to jump up there. Okay, same thing here with the T shape. We kind of know how that works now. Then we're going to drop down to here. Aha, that's doing a similar thing. We can jump that way, jump that way. I think, you know, we need that other block that's down there. No! It put us right back to the start. Okay. Okay. We can do this. Go this way. Drop down. It wasn't there because I jumped too many times. One jump there. One jump there. Land on that. Trigger the block. Jump across. Go inside. Flip. Flip again. Jump, jump, jump. Okay. We've got that one down to an art. We can do that easy. This one... How do I get down to that second block without just straight up dying? I think I've got an idea. It's going to have to rise up as well. Oh! Damn it! Fine. Do it again. I hope it's just allergies. You and me both. Okay. Trigger that. Go across that way. Back that way. Flip. Okay. This. Jump from in here to get up to there. Trigger that. Ah! Jump too soon. Fine. We're learning. Trial and error is like science 101. We've got this. We're all nerds here. We can figure this out. Okay. Dip it there. We go that way. Jump down. Trigger that one like that. We do another little jump here and rise on up. We've got to rise up. Okay, but there was another hidden platform somewhere to get right up to the top. So this is now, yeah, black and white 15 out of 15. Okay. Interesting. That gets us through there. Ah, We need to do a little flippy shenanigan there to get through that. And I really hope that platform comes back down. Otherwise, we are stuck here forever. Raven, you tried to breathe and your lungs slightly hurt. That can't be good. I've got bad news for you about growing old. That platform's not coming back down, so we need a reset. We're just gonna hang out on this little platform. Here, you flip and... You know what? Ah, damn it! I should have seen that coming. So why is Twitch chat still in slow mode? Didn't think it was. Sky, we can probably undo slow mode from there. Yeah, okay. Focus. I think Sky probably changes that just to give us time to figure out what was going on earlier in the stream. So here, if we jump, it looks like there's spikes straight above us, which are going to be a problem. Yeah-huh. I don't know how to get around that. But we would need to... Oh, if I jumped, maybe it would let us pass through. Okay. Have ideas. So that's easy enough because we can just use gravity to our advantage. Then we're going to have to stay here carefully. Jump there. That gives us... How do I get through that? Huh? Huh. Oh, we're about to die. I need to... Oh! So far! I jumped one too many times. Oh. Okay, astronomer, you're calling bingo already? Dang. Alright, hang on. Let's pause. Let's take a look. Yeah, I know we're out of time. We'll come back to it. I want to finish this level to see, is it the end of the demo or is it just another cutscene? I feel like I owe it to the game. Let's have a look. You've jumped in. Did you get bingo straight away? Maple, did you have bingo but not... You had bingo first? Oh, I forgot your second free space. Sorry. I didn't see you call bingo. I must have missed it, but I did see it just here. I was like, oh, Maple's got bingo but didn't call it. We'll have to check as well. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're going to delete all of them after this. That's fine. Should have seen that coming. Alright, here we go. So, Maple's got same developer and publisher, has a demo, non-standard movement, game has been updated, random or procedural generation, and soundtrack slaps. Yeah, absolutely. We will give that. That is a bingo. Maple Treeway gets 2 points. You have bad chest pain. God, yes, Raven. Oh, sorry, Dusk, please take a break. If you just want to clear off the bingo list, because we're done with bingo for this game anyway, take a little bit of a break and make sure you're okay. Chest pain is no joke. Look after yourself. In fact, if you just want to duck out, I can clear off the list. That's fine. Totally fine. Alright, let's get Maple their points, though. Don't want to miss out on that. Maple gets 2 more points, goes from 2 to 4, and jumps right up the list. Holy heck. Okay. Yeah, it could be heartburn. Fingers crossed it is just indigestion or something, but yeah, take a breather. Maple jumps right up to here. I'm so sorry, Jazzy Caddy. You got knocked off the list. Mediate, I know that you're doing Archipelago stuff as well today, but would you mind hopping in for the last game of the stream? I would appreciate that if you're available. Alright, I am just going to delete all the cards from that round because we're done. Yeah, if you're available to hop in, Mediate, that would be amazing. Dusk, please don't die on us. Please. Alright, how do we beat this last level? Because I am confused about where to go from here. If I die, if I jump, I'm dead. If I don't jump, I'm also dead. I have to somehow get past the spikes and onto the land up there. And I feel like I'm missing something very simple that allowed me to pass through. I should not have done that. That was dumb. Well... Huh. Fly, you fool! Not quite. Hmm. What am I missing here? That gives us a little elevator there. Ah, and then we jump to the side there. I missed the jump. Okay. But I think that's kind of the mechanic that it's wanting us to do there. You treat it as a little 50-50 elevator and you jump back and forward in order to stay in it. Yeah. Jump just before it goes. But then here, it stops working. Oh, but if you time your jump right, you can then flip through it to the other side. Okay. Okay. That's clever. My brain doesn't like it, but that's clever. You can use it to safely pass through the spikes, essentially. Have to go now. Yeah. And then we jump off. We did it! And that was the end! It's just the demo. To be continued. Okay. Great work, team. Okay. Oh, I broke it. How did I do that? I think I managed to jump and flip at the same time. That was a bit special. Cool. All right, let's summarize some final thoughts for the game. Take you home. I think in a nutshell, it's, yeah, neat is a great word for it. I think it's got a solid premise. The way it's doing the storytelling is simple but effective. And from a gameplay perspective, the mechanics are no more or less complicated than they need to be. I think longevity of the game is going to come, or not longevity, but I think appeal of the game is going to come from having just the right level of increasing difficulty for the puzzles. If you go too hard, too fast, it's going to push people away. And so far, the game is doing a great job of not only evolving the way that some of the mechanics are used. You can kind of sense, like, in this demo, we've got 2 batches of mechanics. We had initially just utilizing the flipping mechanic and navigating the platforming that way with some moving platforms, which are blended into the environment. Then we introduced the mechanic where when you jump, things appear and disappear, and then we layered both of those together. That is exactly what I would want a puzzle game to do. Mechanic A, evolve it, play with it, increase its complexity. Mechanic B, introduce it, evolve it, and increase its complexity. And then layer both A and B together, start simple, go back to basics, and then evolve them together as well. It's a great way that takes a player on a journey and makes them feel smart because they're able to throw together things that they learned previously in ways that they haven't done before. So I think from a puzzle perspective, it is pretty much bang on. I think the jump switch mechanic is telegraphed quite well with having the faint shadows of where other platforms will be appearing and disappearing. I kind of wish they did a similar thing with the moving blocks. I think it makes sense to have some that are hidden for being able to access the collectibles and secrets and things like that, allow the player to discover them. But I think ones that are kind of the core path maybe could be slightly better telegraphed, even if it's just by having a little outline around the block, by making them slightly smaller than the surroundings that you can see where it is. It could just be me though, but yeah, that was like the only thing that really stood out to me. I think they've been really clever from a sound design perspective with some of the ambient tones in the background and then the dissonant piano tones and chimes for when the player jumps or when certain mechanics are triggered, because it gives an auditory clue without distracting from what's happening in the game. There's a part of me that does have to make that comparison to Thomas Was Alone. One of the big draws of Thomas Was Alone was that they had a professional voiceover for the main character, Thomas. And it does lead me to wonder, would that add or detract from this game? I don't know, but I hope that it's something that the developers have considered, because having the right person do the voicing for the game can lend it so much more emotional weight. And there's a part that might be like at risk of missing the mark by not including that, but it also could go completely the wrong way if you don't have just the right person for it. So I think if they've got the budget for it, I personally would say it'd be worth looking into to seeing what talent they can find. On the other hand, if they don't have the budget, then they've done the right thing on this to keep it simple. Also makes it more accessible because you don't have to try and have multiple voiceovers in different languages or anything like that. Like, it keeps things simple. And I think for a two-person team, keeping it simple does make sense. I want my deep voice British narrator. Yes. Stanley. Stanley went into the room on the right. Stanley wasn't good at following instructions. But yeah, it's also a bit of a trope at this point, so I like that the game is taking a more unique approach. I think the biggest hurdle or obstacle for the game is it overstaying its welcome. I think keeping things simple and keeping it short and sweet is the way to make it more memorable. You've got to find the right balance between telling an emotionally weighty story and having enough substance from a puzzle perspective. If you introduce too many puzzles because it's what you're passionate about and you extend the runtime of your game as a result, the emotional impact of your story is lessened because it takes too long to tell the story, that people stop caring about it because the story is kind of one note. You already know from the start the destination that it's probably going towards. It's not having the additional layering of new characters coming in that share their experience and views on it. It's very much just, this is the story. There's only so many angles and bits and pieces that you can work into that. So if the story is short, then the gameplay needs to be appropriately short as well to marry that up and create the right experience. So I hope that's something they've taken into consideration. This feels like a game that should be only an hour or two long tops. And I agree, TNT PvP, the best fix would be having bonus puzzles. Being able to have, this is the main gameplay experience, and then if you just enjoyed the gameplay and want to do it without the story, here's a bunch of bonus levels that you can do to put your skills to the test. I think that is the right approach to have. And Maple, sorry, Saint Phantom, that's what I'm looking for. You feel like going without a voiceover was the better call here. I think especially because they're on probably a tight budget, given it's a two-person team, I think having no VO is actually the way to go. As much as I would love it to be there because of the personality that it can bring, I think it's not needed in this example. It's a nice to have, but I think it's unnecessary. So all in all, I think these devs have done an absolutely solid effort with what they've created so far, and I'm so glad that they sent the demo my way to be able to check it out and share it with all of you, because there's obviously some love and care that's gone into this, and I hope they do see success when it releases. It's a very, it's not super niche genre, but even Thomas Was Alone didn't see massive success, and that I would say is kind of one of the pinnacle of games done like this. So I do wish them every success. Challenging area to break into, because as much as there is an audience for emotionally charged stories, there's also a lot of people that don't want that, and because they view games as a way to relax and have fun. This is leaning more into the art side of games, and that is something that, as a game critiquer, I can appreciate that. All right, it's time for us to move on, though. We've been here for too long. Goodbye, game. Hop back to this view. Perfect. All right, we're going to play one more for today. See what we get on our last draw, shall we? All right, here we go. Drink some water, feel better? That's good to hear. I'm glad you're okay, Dusk. Level editor would be nice. I think it would be, but apparently those are harder to implement than you would expect. All right, we're going to play Bargalian Regicide. Now, this one was sent to me fairly recently. I've seen the trailer for it. I think you're going to love this. For the worst possible reasons. First of all, though, we're going to have to change this to the 6x6. Oh, no, it was already on 6x6. We just need to refresh it. I'm dumb. Oh, hi, Panda. You are so close to the camera. Hang on, hang on. Cat cam. Hello. Hi. Yeah, so good. The other one's good. Grab both of them at once there. You glutton. All right, let's scramble and clear old cards so we can make sure we're starting fresh. All right. Gray, welcome. How you doing? We're just about to jump into the last game for today's stream, Bargalian Regicide. Go to the store page first so you guys can have a look. Game is out. Out as of 6 days ago. Holy heck. Grab some water or something and it makes you come back. The star of the stream. Need you back here after you've had a snack, okay? Got it? It's in your contract. Mandatory. 3 to 4 hours every Saturday, every Sunday. If you're not here, you don't get treats. Got it? Well, she's thinking about it. She's thinking hard. Alistair, you're back. Is this the last game today? Yes, this is the last game today. This is Bargalian Regicide. All right, hang on. Let's just check. Dusk, are you back at the helm? If so, I'll just ask you to clear off the list because we're about to start fresh for the final game. Give them a sec just to make sure that we're ready to go. I don't want to be info dumping on them while we've still got things on there. The name sounds like a historical event or something. I mean, you're not far off. I don't know what to compare this game to, but there's some... It's a lot of jank in this game is the best way I can describe it. At least from what I saw. And I'm going to have to make sure that I'm very careful with the developer's name because they are Semxi, not Smexy. Just... What the very difficult name to pronounce. Dusk mates took over. You're just watching now. Oh, okay. No, I think Matey 8 was saying that they were. Oh no, said yes. Sorry. Okay, so Matey 8 actually does need to take over. TNTPV, thank you for being here. Dusk, I think there might have been some confusion about whether or not who's taking over which. Hang on, let's ping in the chat just to make sure we're good. I'll ping them. It should be good. In the meantime, I will hope that everyone else is all right. Reset the overlay. That real quick. I've pinged Mediate, so they should be able to jump in soon. Yeah, there we go. I can reset that. Get ahead of things. Oh, no. Like that. The text chat thing we use is a little funky sometimes. Yeah, I'm trying to clear it off and the update button just disappears. Fantastic. Yeah, it's all right, Mediate. I'm having the same problem. I delete anything? Get rid of that one. Do it a little bit at a time. Between us, we'll make this work, Mediate. Yeah, it seems to be if you try and delete too many lines at once, it just... I think what happens is the update button on the page tries to update its position based on the size of the text box, but the text box size doesn't change, so it goes underneath the text box and you can't click it, which is just incredible design. There we go. We've got it cleared off. We did it with our power combined. So maybe if you just refresh, you should be able to start with a blank slate and we can go from there. All right. What janky you're using for the overlay? It is literally a thing. Like, it's a plugin called Moderator Managed Text Overlay. But it is basically just like a HTML site with a text box on it that syncs with the stream. It's very basic. Okay, so Bargalian Regicide is a stylized fantasy game about a disgraced prince in servitude of an ancient being, cut through hundreds of soldiers to bring about change in a crumbling empire. It's had 6 user reviews. The release date was the 22nd of March, 2026. It came out 6 days ago. So yes, please mark off released after 2020. It is the same developer and publisher, which is Semxi. They've released one other game called Burrow Wing, which is another 3D exploration platformer released 2 years ago. So they have done more than one game. This is their most expensive one, though, at $2.95. This is going to break the bank. Let's have a look at the trailer, shall we, and see how many things we get. It's a minute 27, and just look at this. This is what convinced me that we need to try it out. Look at that walking mechanic. It also seems to have a really kind of unique magic system and way of displaying health through like the dice dots on screen. But come on, you're telling me this doesn't look like peak early 2000s RPG jank? This is going to be so interesting to play. And water physics as well. Like, it's giving me Eurojank vibes, which is games like Gothic, with a little bit of Morrowind crossed into it because everything's got that, yeah, early 2000s brown tone. So yeah, we've got magic for sure. We definitely have health. And then the opening. Cinema. Absolute cinema. You know what? I'm going to give that title drop because that is technically in the game, not just the trailer. And then we've got like 10 seconds of nothing at the end. This is so good. Hang on, where does it fade out? It's about there. So yeah, it's 8 seconds of black screen at the end of the trailer. Woo! Amber Bones, have fun with your Regicide game. Been watching your videos for quite a while now, so I'm excited to have caught a stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Ain't much, but it's honest work. Heck yes. So yeah, we'll give that title drop for sure. Anything else that we can tell from the screenshots? I don't think I saw a jump. We appear to have a shop, so I'm going to give currency, even though I haven't seen it. I'm going to give currency. Feeling generous today. I don't think we've got non-conventional weaponry, though. We do have an update. Game has been updated. It doesn't have controller support, or at least not that's listed. There's only 16 achievements. It doesn't count. Only English language. No Steam Deck compatibility. No website. No YouTube. We do have GIFs. We'll take that. We've got GIFs. Do we have unique in the description? We don't. This game's not unique. Glitch / bug found? I don't think we can mark that one off. Backset, pardon my ignorance. I'm new and bad at math symbols. Does a greater than sign mean before or after? Greater than means it must have at least that or equal to it. So it must have at least that or more than that. I think that's what you're asking. Pretty much all the ones that we use are greater than. I don't think we've got any less than signs on there. Could be wrong. Orange jamming, looks like you found the command there. You're good. Yeah, it's at least 20 achievements now. In regards to bingo. Yeah, bigger number goes on the open side. I was always taught, think about it like a crocodile. It's going to eat the biggest thing. That's how you know which way it goes. All right. I don't think there's anything else on here that we can find. Check unique, check the updates. Sorry, let me see if I can remove slow mode over on the Twitch. Apologies, I keep forgetting to look at that. We can turn that off. There we go. Perfect. That's done now. You guys should be good. Is this a solo dev? Not sure. Grail's a ship. Is that why you wanted slow off, Maple? That was why you wanted slow mode off. Just about against that. We're going to be skipping the Wordle because the game is already purchased. It is 2 gigabytes though. Okay. File size more than 1 gig. Is it actually? Apologies for the buffering. Also, Hollow Knight's updating? What? More bug fixes in a bug game? Wild. Yeah, I've got no clue if they're a solo dev or not. There we go. Updated. 1.4 gigabytes. So file size is more than 1 gig. Backset, thanks. Sorry if I was... No bother at all. Always happy to try and answer questions as we go. We've got a lot going on here. Oh, it does have signed less than 1 minute. Yes, you're right. You're right. File size more than 1 gig proceeds to die. Just the power of Australian internet. You never. Why is this launching on the wrong monitor? Okay, we've got a game engine logo. Okay, it's figured itself out. It launched on my left monitor and then came back to my right. We're good. This was in the trailer, so it's their opening cutscene. So cutscene. There is no music. That is a rooster man with snake legs. I've heard of a cockatrice before, but I've not seen one quite like that. So kudos to the devs for having creative enemy design. Can you please choose a different font for the name of your game, though? All right, settings. Nothing has mouse over effects or sound effects. It did not launch in the correct resolution, but it does support 4K. So we can do that. We do have borderless. Oh my god. We can do it, and you can choose which monitor to display it on. VSync is on, camera sensitive. We have separate sound sliders, and we have rewindable keys. Oh my god. Left mouse button to attack, right mouse button to orb. I don't know if it throws an orb, looks at an orb, ponders an orb. It just turns you into an orb. You could roll around. We're forward and backwards, left and right. So hopefully not tank controls. It might be tank controls. Space to jump, E to interact. Special attack, slam attack set to 1 and 2 instead of setting them to, I don't know, R and F. What was that one cursed random command from a game that kept getting mentioned? Memes? Oh god. Why is slow mode back on? Why is slow mode back on? Shouldn't be. Hang on. Sky activated it, apparently. Sky, did you need to... Do we definitely need to have it on? Oh, yeah, someone came back, I think. Wow. There were like 3 people in chat while we slowed. I can see in the chat log that literally as soon as I turned it off, we had the troll back again. So, yep, it's going to have to stay on for a bit. Sorry. Yes, it was F to bilge. That was it. Good old F to bilge. So, yes, apologies. It'll have to stay on for a little bit. But don't forget, you can always jump over to the YouTube for speedy chat where we seem to be okay. Alright. I don't think there's anything else on here that we can get. Oh, I thought I selected borderless. No, it's... Oh, it's because I didn't hit a save and apply. My bad. My bad. I didn't hit save and apply. That's 100% my fault. There we go. Alright, so first bits of feedback for the dev. Please update it so that you've got some mouse over animations on icons, sound effects, maybe some background music. It will go a long way to making people want to move past your title screen. At the moment, I'm not convinced that this isn't malware. Not yet. Okay. Nope, nothing in load game. New game. Toggle hard mode. Single health point. Why? Okay. Sure. Sure. Let's just... Why is it not just in full screen? Okay, yep, can't read that. Don't think we're supposed to be able to read it. Is this a theater for aliens? Nine years later. Okay, so there's some text that you could potentially take and then translate into English because you're starting to see some of the alphabet. Is this actually looking at a picture frame? Can I move? I can't move. Okay. What? Oh, goody. Oh, okay, goody. This person's over on YouTube now. Cool. Oh, thank you, Des. You're on it. You're a legend. Is the cutscene pre-baked? I think it is. That is wild. Can we mark off game slaps? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Good point. We could VIP the people in chat over on YouTube. Oh, we have an idle camera. Hang on, I've got to see this guy's face. Is it actually handsome Squidward? No. No, it is not. But I've got to let this rotate round because we are absolutely using this for a thumbnail. Oh, his eyes don't even point straight forward. They're on angles. And they put nipples on him. Okay. Wow, we're a handsome fella. Yeah, I think you can mark off Grail loses it. All right. So we have an attack that is incredibly delayed because it has a big wind up on it. Our movement speed is set to Sonic. To le bag, to le bass. You in the shackles. Wake yourself. Listen carefully to my words now. I am awake. I think I am woke. You are vile, correct? Vile son of Bazados, heir to the throne. For 9 years you have sat in this cell. I need to start the timer. Grail missed something important. I will not have that for a day longer. I am a being of ultimate power. I offer to help you reclaim your throne. What are you doing in my cell? These prison walls are meaningless to one as powerful as I. You have the power of no clip. I see. Join me. I have need of your blade. If you are an ultimate being, a godlike being with ultimate power, why do you need a dude who can't get out of a cell? Why? What use could you possibly have for me? Awake now, Prince of Bargalia. Come and look upon my glory. This prison does not befit a noble such as you. Your kingdom has wronged you, Prince. I offer you power and revenge. I see I've started to hallucinate. It's been a long 9 years. I am the truest primordial lord, returned to throne. I am real, and I wage war on this nation. Yeah, that sounds like what a figment of my imagination would say. Return to your throne alongside me, princess. Princess of Bargalia. Why not? I want to be a pretty princess. You saw that face. Does that face not belong to a pretty princess? What happens if I win my follower goal? Honestly, absolutely nothing. It just updates to the next one. Some people just like to see big numbers go up. This prison does not befit a noble such as you. Your kingdom has wronged you and offer you power and revenge. Okay, how do I accept your offer, Spectre? Lend your soul to mine. It will make you strong. You may rule Bargalia in vassalage to my throne. I want you to kill the Bargalian War Council one by one. I will do it for the kingdom. Prince, my powers now run through you, as well as that creature behind you, Graeldon. This underground prison is nearly empty. The soldiers have left to fight my armies up above. I love the idea that we're not just like an imaginary floating camera that's hovering behind them. We're actually just a dude that's like in lockstep behind the main player, like behind the main character for the entire game. So yes, that is a fourth wall break. You're absolutely right. That is a fourth wall break. Someone needs to design a game like that. Please. The underground prison is nearly empty. The soldiers have left to fight my armies up above. Climb to the height of the nearby castle. Not climb the castle, just to the height of the nearby castle. The local mage has teleportation runes. I will bring you to me so we may meet. We've already met. Okay, bye. So, thank you for unlocking my door, I guess. Oh, and the guard is dead. Oh, there's ragdoll physics. Okay. God, it moves so fast. Magical floating book. Monthly report on the prince. A sheet of paperwork barely filled out. As is usual, we have nothing to report. The Underkeep's command once again compels our council friends to phase out this written obligation. The prince has not posed a threat to us for years. The prince barely even moves now. Okay, clashing visual aesthetics straight away. Why was everything else in the game like pre-rendered or 3D assets, but this is a 2D cartoon? Why? This game is missing a visual identity other than it's a mess. Okay. Was there anything else in here that I can steal? No. Armor. For some reason, they let me just keep a weapon while I was in my prison cell as well. Let me just check. What were my keybinds? Do I have anything else to keep? Like, interact with E. Oh, we do have a jump. We do have a jump. It is confirmed. We have a jump. Woo! Oh, come on. At least have a jump animation. Don't just make the player model rise up and down. I'm amazed this game's not making me take, like, small points of damage by smacking my head on the ceiling. Don't add that in. That is not a suggestion. Okay. We are definitely taller than the average person. I don't think I'm supposed to win this fight. Come here. Ah, you can't hit me. I'm too fast for you. Hey. I think he did hit me. There we go. There is no loot in this game. Oh! I can right-click to orb. I should keep that in mind. It appears to use mana in the top left, I think. And then when you swing your sword, there's an animation in the bottom left, which I'm guessing is meant to prevent you from spamming it. It's like your attack speed, I'm guessing. Because like clicking and holding doesn't do anything. I can press F to bilge. Unfortunately. Oh! You have a swimming animation, but no jump animation. Also, there is no breath meter. We were definitely submerged there. Doors. So many. Back where I started? What? Did I go backwards? No. Yes? Yes, those doors closed. Think. No, I came out from that way. Do I have to jump this? Nope. There is nothing there. Okay. It's just aesthetic water, I guess. Ah, and that's the cell where we were before. Someone already killed that man. Guards! There's a murderer on the loose. Okay. Well, we definitely can't give it good tutorial because there hasn't been a tutorial. Orb! Then stab the dude. Yeah, we are the all-powerful prince. Femi, what are you doing in there? Did you say it's him? Can I leave? Oh, that is a... It's not open world, it's levels? It's level-based? I was not expecting that. Common soldiers killed 2. Satyrs? Wizards, health points lost, time spent in area, 8 minutes, my bad. Innocent animals slaughtered, orbs fired, total player deaths. Next level, let's go. Yeah, where's my orb counter? I want to know orbs orbed. Yeah, that's a speedrunning feature. I'll give that. What is this music? I'm being shot at. Okay, cool. Nope. Walk up the ramp. Okay. Gonna be more difficult than it should be. Here we go. Gonna get ya. Watch out. Haha. On guard. Oh, you know what I should do? Orb! I have no idea how to read their health, and I'm so sorry with the mouse sensitivity being so high. This is going to be a pain to read, like, to watch. Okay. Are you shooting at me as well? You have an orb. Haha. You got orb, jerk. Still another archer somewhere. Where? Grapes? The grapes are making the noise. The closer it is to the camera, the louder it is. Grapes. Okay. Can't get in there. I love that this archer appears to have an infinite amount of arrows. Where even are you? Where am I being shot at from? Somewhere over there? Nope, that way. Alright, well, you know what? We're just gonna find you. Ow! That ricocheted off the ground and inserted itself into my head. Cool. Go up the ramp, please. They're also surprisingly good shots. Well, you know what? We're just gonna leave. Oh, there you are. Orb! Jerk. Haha! I sidestep you. Ooh! Get out of here. Can't beat me. Oh, I didn't even... Oh my god, he's hideous. Somehow looks worse than me. Okay, does that 1 dot mean he's got 1 health left? No, because that was a 3, so it must be the amount of damage that I'm dealing, not their health. Orb. Do I run faster than the orb? I think I do. Circle strafe for the win. Alright, can I get a double hit? Not with an orb like that, I can't. There we go, that got both of them. Circle strafe! Can't get me. Ooh. Gotcha. Come on, put them up. I do appreciate that I think they're different models for each of the enemies because they all look hideous. Okay. I'm still being shot at. Wow. Managed to mute the microphone just in time there. Yuck. I think that means there's more food nearby. Come on. Please die. Thank you. But yeah, your health is grapes. Like, I even just noticed, like, if you look in the top left, those little squares which represent health, it's just a grape texture. For some reason. Grapes. Tasty grapes. Is there anything even up here? No. Okay. That's the end of the level, I guess. Ooh. It's clown music. It absolutely is clown music. Oh, next level. Is this going to get any better? That is my question. I thought this was going to be like a open world RPG. This has surprised me, and not in a good way. It's a mage! Oh my god, there was so much lag there. I am apparently out of magic. Okay. The sense of direction, like, the level doesn't really have any clear indicators of this is where you should be. What is that? There's nothing that clearly says, oh, you should be going in this direction. Okay, that is a projectile. Oh, which just seems to chase the player forever. What? Destructible environment? No, of course not. What were you thinking? Oh, wait, he's gone? Where'd the dude in the sky go? Also, can these things please stop following me? That would be great. Oh, no, he put his spear in the ground. Huh. Well, I guess we will keep going there. Look at that walking animation when you're on a diagonal. It's just hopping along. I'm ignoring the enemies because I want to try and see where we're meant to be going and if there is anything to find. I mean, I could drop down there, but why would I? Would I even be able to get back up again? Would I just die because I've gone off the stage? No, can't jump up that. Okay, no. No getting out of bounds that easily, I guess. Ah, but that's low enough that you could get up it. Not that there appears to be any point in doing so. Well, that was fun. No falling damage. Still better than F to build, but just barely. This is the kind of the game that I play through, and I very much sit there and question, who looked at this and went, yes, This is ready to be released. This is going to be the next big hit. All right, let's just move past you. Thank you. Goodbye. Because they've already encouraged speed running, we're just going to move past it. Okay, there were some big guys here. A little bit of word building. New weapon? No. Solid no. We did it! We beat the level! Go us! Okay. I don't think there's an inventory. Special attack, slam attack. I should be using those. Special attack. That was a shove? Yep. And slam attack. Cool. I will endeavor to remember about those. Hi, friend. Special attack. Okay, the shove did nothing. What was that meant to be? Horror music? What I will say this game is doing well is creating a feeling of unease. Everything about this game is unsettling. Whoa! What? Oh, that's got to be instant death, right? That's just here to chase you and murder you. Okay. We are meant to be going and going fast. Oh no. I think it's right behind me. Let's keep moving. We went the wrong way. Have I managed to go right back to the start? I have! Woo! Alright, well, let's find out whatever this thing is, because it's going to be... Nope, it goes through walls. Okay, so that's why it couldn't get me. Right. I am so disoriented. Hi, buddy. That's fine. You can just hang out there. I've got places to go, and it's not wherever you are. Okay, back up here. Don't fall down the pit. We learned that one the hard way. Alright, we took a left. Thank you for not just murdering me. I appreciate that. There's got to be something in this game that... Oh, I think I was supposed to jump that. Ah! There's got to be something in this game that the developers are really proud of, that they went, yes, this is why this game is going to be a masterpiece. I put this thing in and players are going to freaking love it. And I can guarantee now it's not the fact that this game is somehow secretly a platformer. Okay, let's try that again. Going the right way? I have literally no idea. Please die. Yes, this is the right way. I'm also nearly dead. I have like 2/3 of a square of health, whatever that means. Jump that. Good job. Watch out for other holes. Okay, I don't think we've been here before because I don't remember that. Okay. Well, that might have been a hole. It was not. There's the end of the level. Just randomly up. Oh, because there's a ladder up there. Cool. We did it. Weird genre blend? I think so. Yeah, this feels like a YouTube creepypasta. There is some weird messaging going on in this game. Or maybe not messaging, but just like... This feels like a piece of software that someone found in the woods. And they jumped into it and went, oh, like this was an unreleased, unfinished game from a developer. Like, why... Like the monster things and humans all together here. Slam attack, go! What kind of sound effect was that? Slam attack. Oh, he fell over and died. Cool. Oh, but wait, there's more, and this one has armor. Orb. Okay, I think I do actually have to fight my way out of here, so I'm just gonna do our best at dealing with these guys. Hello. Yep, gotcha. Come here. Let me kill you. Thank you. Alright, that opened the door here. Oh, hi. You're just hanging out. Oh, yep. I also love how a lot of them are using two-handed swords with one hand. I think that's why they struggle so much in combat. Gotcha. It's another magical note! A study on the wide dispersal of the green blood line in the Heartland Meadow. Letter of lordly support from Lord Barnow to the Societies. I write with wide mirth to the Societies. As recent publications of yours have restored in me great academic vigor. Long had the origin of the green blood been the domain of peasant speculations. Mere gossip. No longer. Henceforth, in this era of soaring War Council funding, the Societies have inoculated two prominent theories into the minds of every kingdom scholar. I, Lord Barnow, find particular interest in the prominence of sagely capacity among our green blood ranks. I'm getting hit. How? Oh, there. Could you at least let me read in peace? I thought you were scholars. Excuse. Oh, okay, I can still read. I stand in agreement with the scholar Cleet's oath that this uneven endowment is indicative of the long-distant involvement of powerful blood sorceries. My funding will be extended to the scholar and his involved parties. My desire for progress is strong. Written with faith and by the pen of the Lord Hiraps Barnow. Now and with remaining empty page societies, a plea. Fund not the naturalists who spit vile and serious ideas upon wasted paper. We are right to assume the green blood is not of natural pretense. I say with wallet and mouth, magics are involved in the green blood line. The naturalists are petty fools. What? Okay, so someone has actually taken the time to work a bunch of lore into this game. There is some world building going on here. But undoubtedly, the biggest question is, why? Okay, I can get like 4 hits in the time it takes him to draw a sword. You know what? Magical grapes. Please and thank you. There are so many design choices here that are questionable at best, but must have been made like with intent. Like, there's no other way that this would have happened. Also, for some reason, we have what sounds like footsteps now. Just hit both of them there. Come here. Oh, he shot his friend. I don't think he actually did. He was already dead. It just happened to land on him. Oh, I got hit. 5, 6. Maybe it's a combo meter or something. Oh, we can jankily jump up the ladder. Is this a thing that can be read? No, it's just hooks placed for environmental sake. Hey, where'd you come from? You summon demons now? Slam attack, go! Slam attack? Slam attack! Go! Yeah, stay down. I am the best fighter this kingdom's ever seen. I don't think we're getting bingo on this one, guys. I don't know how many more things we could potentially find here. Oh, there we go. Level done. Okay. Scattered pieces of armor? Maybe? This makes no sense. We just climbed up a massive tower. Where are we now? How does this geographically make sense in a 3D space? All of that was somehow underground under this ocean? This lake? If you're gonna build a world, build it in a way that makes sense. Or is there gonna be some big reveal in a moment and find out that we're not where I thought we were? Mild amounts of platforming. Go! This music is slightly better. There's also a distinct lack of enemies around here at the moment. Get out of bounds. Doesn't look like I'm supposed to be here. Have we reached the open world section of this game? That is a frog statue. Why? Who put them here? I think we came up over there somewhere. It's just like a little jetty into nothingness. Who are the people that live in this land? Why do they live in this land? The music is neurotic and wispy. I don't disagree with that. The music is definitely something. Giant frog statue. There is nothing here. If you are going to make the world big and expansive like this, put things in it for the player to find, even if it is just a little bit of lore. All of this, unfortunately, feels incredibly pointless. Okay, it doesn't look like I can do anything over here, and there is nowhere to go. So I guess we will go back. You know what, on the bright side, at least our movement speed is relatively high, so it's not going to take us forever and a day to walk around from A to B. But like, come on. Maybe this is all one dream too, a very unpleasant dream. With how some of these pieces of music sound, I'd like to think the dev is trying to learn how to do music. I think you could be right on that, and that's why I don't want to be too harsh. But you have to question, like, is this the right place for it? There's so many things here that leave me intrigued. Like, what is this? Why is it here? Random stone monument with graves behind it? What is the significance? I don't think we're ever going to know. Because there's nothing in the game here that can tell us that. It's like they're trying to do Dark Souls style environmental storytelling. Be like, oh yes, there's a catastrophe happened here. Like, clearly something happened. But it's not clear enough to be able to figure out what. Is this all just a dream and we're still trapped in the prison? Is this meant to signify, like, will be in relation to some kind of historical event? Why was that a random teleporter and I'm now at the ocean? Whose flag is that? Is that my flag? It could be. There's a boat over there. I wouldn't have been surprised if that boulder just fell on my head and crushed me. Might have been a better ending to the game. What are you? Can I kill you? No. You're meant to be some kind of sea creature that looks like a kiwi bird inside of a rock. I mean, look. Kudos to the devs. That's creative AF. Why though? Can't interact with them. They don't appear to do anything. All I've got is this one archer guy who's back, and for some reason, once again, I'm out of mana. Oh, you have to land hits to generate mana. I see. Hit things, cast spells. There we go. Can't hit them though. There's an actual bilge. Do we need to find a key to open this door? There is some kind of room on the other side. We have 25 seconds. We're never going to find out. Quick, check the bilge. Oh, of course, it's just another combat scenario. Okay, let's do this. Hi, buddy. You're up first. Have fun being dead. Oh, nope. Oh, okay. Never mind. We're just gonna go for a world record swimming speed, apparently. I have never seen someone tread water that fast before. Wow. Oh, there are arrows to change swords on the menu? Oh my god, you are right. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have doubted it. Also, the song name is down the bottom. This is called Salt and Ash. Quick. Stab. Oh, and I do get a different special attack with this weapon as well. Cool. I can kill things faster. I will take that. I think it's the eyes of the characters are what are getting me. They just look like they're bug-eyed the entire time. Alright, hi there, buddy. Your turn to die. Missed. Come here. Thank you. Now it's your turn. Wow. He put up absolutely no fight. And we're still being shot at by a guy over there. Let's see if that even hits. Oh, it's just a good luck shot, because there's no aiming reticule either. Yeah, okay, that missed. Hey, hey, hey. That one got him. Yeah. Yeah, the level design feels weirdly Dark Souls inspired. With it going, okay, here's a clear path to follow with enemy encounters along the way that are meant to be varied and interesting. But it completely fails to hit the mark because the combat mechanics are so basic. There's not even a block button. There we go, you're dead. Learning how to win faster though, so that's always a good thing. I can hear health grapes. You know, in a weird way, having it tied to a sound effect is kind of cool, but it means that the player is disincentivized to explore. Because it's like, well, I'll wait until I hear a noise and that will tell me where there's a healing item. I don't need to go off the beaten path to look for anything because the game will tell me where it is. Okay. What am I looking for here? Ah. Hi, friends. Would you like some magic? I have magic. Probably the last enemies I need to worry about, so I'll just spend it all on you. That totally missed. The frame rate is struggling for some reason. Aha! Me. Good job. We actually did get the key! Or it looks like a lock, not a key. But I assume we go back now. Come on. We'll finish this and then we'll wrap up the stream here. Hard mode was having not only one health potion, one health point. You get hit and it's over. And once again asking if this guy's absurd speed, swimming speed, and lack of animation counts as non-standard movement. He's only walking though. But you know what? The swimming I will give as non-standard movement because the animation is just treading water. He should not be moving this fast through. Like if it was doing, you know, breaststroke or freestyle, that would count. Okay, you're redeeming free space. We did it! We used a lock to open a lock. We're incredible. Create less than a minute and that's a bingo. Okay, let's verify real quick. Where are we? There we go. Maple has got rebindable controls. Game has been updated. Health, fourth wall break, non-standard movement. We gave it and trailer less than a minute as a free space. That counts. That is another 2 points. Ooh, sneaking just up into first place before the end of the month. Well done. We will absolutely give that. Maple, let's just move you to the top of the list. 6 points there. Done. Cool. All right, let's finish this. We're going to finish this level, and then we're going to wrap up the stream there. If we can find where we're going. This is the longest level we've encountered so far. So, good on them for, like, getting more creative with some of the level design, I guess. I think that was a damage sound effect. Gotcha. Oh, you were... I didn't even see you there. That's how little of a threat you were to me. Also, I love the posturing he does when using the special ability, the little hand on the hip. Like, that's a nice touch. You didn't have to do that. That guy was also faster. Another archer over there. Well, that went into the ground. We found a town! Quick, murder everyone here. Because you don't have to worry about caring for citizens if there are no citizens. I thought this was meant to be regicide, not genocide. Where are we going? I mean, it's kind of cool that they've built this entire town, but it serves no purpose. If your game is going to revolve around, you know, levels with the purpose of being going from A to B, why have sprawling, expansive environments where there is nothing to find? At least put some like hidden bits of lore or additional health items and consumables. And we've got some art here. A burning tree. Deer? Maybe? Not sure. There, we did actually find one healing item. And there, this is exactly what I was talking about. More of this. All right. Preamble to the treatise on the gods and the history of the island Satyr. A preamble for a commissioned cultural novel on the local peoples of Spout Isles, Heckham, settled Edge Islands, and Menard. Many Burgalian tributaries and even some areas of the Heartland are inhabited by creatures that differ greatly from the human. Depending on the region of the reader, this may be hard to believe. Those who inhabit the tribute Gladeway and the regions further east are likely to never encounter a satyr. I implore the reader to acknowledge, however, the high humanity and intellect of the satyr, and recognize them as one of many cultures that live together under the Empire, as we all share in unison the desire to be Bargalian. The document I forward to you is not comprehensive. The historic satyr power, the horned Omniad, once represented most the entirety of the satyr island kingdoms of the past. It has only been 207 years since the horned Omniad became a signatory of the Empire, ending generations of isolation. In the time since, many a diplomat and scholar have traveled west to these islands. Even still, we have just scratched the surface of this topic within our written academia. Within this volume are writings on burial practice, ancestor worship customs, descriptions of heirlooms, and treasured goods on... I'm not reading that. It's too much. I don't think that's acknowledged, isn't it? Yeah, I think you're right. Where was that? Yeah, no, that's spelled incorrectly. That's how you... That is not how you spell acknowledge. Should have to see. Can we wait to finish this game? What, entirely? Because, no. I refuse. That person has... Oh, you're another one of those mage guys. Alright, well, let's deal with you real quick. Bye. Okay, cool. You don't leave a corpse, you just pop. Ow. Alright, well, we got a new weapon. I will equip it in a second. Oh, they're teleporting. They are actually teleporting. Yeah, there we go. Now they're dead. Okay, we are dangerously low on health, and I do not want to restart this, so you guys can just die. Okay, I think we're safe here. We got whatever that is. It has a different special attack, which that looks exceedingly non-threatening. Wonderful. There was no button to indicate that that could be interacted with. It leads over that way somewhere. Okay, let's go. Me and my 2 pieces of health. I just jump over the wall here. That would save me a lot of time. Yeah. So there you go. Speed running strats to the one person that's playing this game. And probably already knew that. Go, orb. Special attack. Okay. You just need to be close enough to an enemy to make it do something. And let me guess. Bunch of enemies that I can't beat because I'm already low on health? Why not? Get out of here. Regular attack. Go. Slam. Oh, that's got a huge cooldown on it. Alright, alright, alright. We'll just strafe. Wait to come off cooldown. And go again. Ooh, they all fell over. Oh, I see you there, Archer. Hello. Oh, you're dead now. Come on. Oh, got too close. Die now. Oh, cool. 1 to go. Good. There's another archer? I'm so low on health. I haven't got time for this. Get out of here with your whatever you are. Aha! Magic! Nope, that missed. Ah! Okay. Oh! Don't get stuck in the thing. Are you all quite done? Yes, thank you. I wonder if we're actually close to the end of the game. We're told to come to the war camp, or like the war council, and kill the king. So, maybe. Are we actually about to finish this game? Surely not. Gotcha. No! No! There is a death screen, and it is kind of hilarious. Okay, where did this put me? Oh, no, 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 no. Are you serious? All the way back to the start of the level. And I'm guessing the door isn't pre-unlocked, is it? Is it? No, it was this one over here. Okay, the archer is there. I'm going to go with no. All right. That is where we're going to end this. I kept my sword. You could allow me to keep the sword, but you couldn't, you know, do anything else. All right, that's the break point. That's such bizarre level design. All right, we're going to jump out of that one. Right. Feedback for the dev. Ooh, where do I begin? All right. Presentation-wise, you can get away with this retro aesthetic. There are going to be people who absolutely love it because it feels otherworldly. It feels like forgotten media, right? There are going to be people that appreciate it with looking for, like, yeah, there's multiple levels we never got to. We didn't even see anything that looks like that. There's the beach level that we ended on. We never saw that beach. I don't think we saw that. Or that. Or that. We did see that. We didn't see that. We didn't see that. This game's got a bunch of levels in it that we've never seen. It's definitely longer than what we could do in 1 or 2 play sessions. It would be my guess. So, sorry, Maple Tree Way, we're not going to play this one through. But if you want to have a look at it yourself, it is only $2.95. So, yes, presentation-wise, I think it's okay. The movement speed does actually make sense given the scale of some of the areas that we're having to navigate. It makes the need for backtracking feel less painful. But it feels really bad in confined spaces because you've got so many things whizzing past you that it's unclear what's going on. There's some UI things that absolutely need to be touched up and cleaned up. The combat, I think, is the biggest downside. You've got no ability to block, so it comes down to being able to strafe around things and dodge, but there's no clear indication of where the weapon strikes are. What a lot of games will do is they will use a weapon trail so that you can see which part of the animation is actually the attack. Because you've got like the wind up and then the strike, right? So you can apply a weapon trail to the part that is the attack, and therefore the player knows this is the bit that I need to make sure connects with the enemy. And you do it the same with the enemy attacks as well. Here, the animations are off, and the attacks feel like they have little to no impact. And the lack of a traditional health bar, while I think is okay, it means that there's very little in the way of player feedback to know that it's working. There's like a little bit of a squelchy sound effect, but even a blood splat would help show when an attack has actually connected successfully. So the combat feels very lackluster. And it's not pleasant to engage with. Even a lock-on ability a la Dark Souls would go a long way, because then you could better aim your magic attacks because you know it's going to go directly towards the enemy. There are some things that I think could be explained better with a tutorial, like how the different attacks work, how magic works, etc. But I also think it's not 100% necessary. You've explained it in the controls. The player can figure it out. It would be a nice quality of life, but I don't think it's necessary. From a level design perspective, it's the inconsistency with the levels that I think is going to be the biggest weakness. You have some levels that are fairly short and fairly linear, and every level appears to be a case of get from A to B and kill all the enemies that are in your way. Nothing wrong with that. Plenty of games do that. I mean, realistically, that's exactly what Uncharted is. Uncharted is kill enemies as you move from A to B and find collectibles along the way. Nothing wrong with that. But here, you need to be consistent with how you do it. Your levels either need to be fairly short and self-contained, and here is a path to follow, deal with the enemies in your way, or they need to be more open and explorative. Did I say Uncharted? My bad. So I think the balance isn't quite right here. There are several areas that are very open and you can explore, but there is very rarely anything to find, so it's going to disincentivize the player from doing it. If you're disincentivizing the player from exploring, well, then you have to question, why am I making the areas so big? I will just reduce development time and scale, make them smaller. You can use visuals to make the areas look big by still building out the areas in the environment, but blocking them off from the player in a way that feels natural. You can simply go, yeah, there's a barrier in the way here that you can't get past for whatever reason. And that is going to be what steers the player down the right path, while still allowing you to build a world that feels big and alive. There's definitely other ways that that could be tackled, but that's just one. I think the length of the levels is also important as well. That last level that we were playing is probably going to be a break point for players as well, because if you die, there's no checkpoints. You go all the way back to the start. And when it takes 15 minutes to get through a level, that doesn't feel fun when the previous levels only took 5 minutes to get through. You lose a lot of progress. And as a player, that's not enjoyable. There's a lot of things here that I think could be polished up to make a smoother experience. And I think there is a fine line between being able to present a game and go, it's meant to look like jank, but it plays smoothly. And currently you're on the side of the line that is looks like jank and plays like jank. And unfortunately, that's just simply not going to garner a big audience. Yeah, people are usually fine with looks like jank, but plays well. Here, we're doing neither. So yeah, this is definitely not something I would recommend. What I will say as a real positive for the game, though, is that it's incredibly creative. You've obviously constructed an interesting world here with lore and some the politics behind the scenes and these different races and their cultures. Like, you've taken the time and care to craft a world, but you've not presented it in a way that's engaging to the player. Even your notes for lore are, you know, a good example of this. Take something like the Elder Scrolls games as an example, like Skyrim. You go into Skyrim, there are hundreds of books that you can find and read. The vast majority of books have about 3 to 4 pages of text and could be read in a minute or two tops. There are some longer ones in there, sure, if you want to read through them, but a lot of the notes and things that you find scattered around, you can read relatively quickly. You've got a lot of interesting information that you want to share, but it's too much of an info dump. Break it up into multiple smaller notes that are scattered around, like a part 1, part 2, part 3, whatever you need to do, if you're wanting to incentivize exploration. Because that way you don't have to create even more lore, even more documents and things for people to find that will just slow down the pacing of the game. You take what you've already written and find a way to split it up into smaller components, scatter it around. Less work that you need to do, easier for the reader to digest what is happening, encourages and incentivizes exploration because they will be able to find more of that lore if that's what they want to find. I think you're potentially also missing a trick by not including a light inventory system where the grapes is the only healing item in the game. If you find them, maybe give the player the ability to choose to eat them right then and there, or to put them into a pocket and store them and save them for later to eat when they really need them. That little bit of player choice can go a long way to driving engagement with the game, because at the moment, I feel like I'm having to play the game the way that you've constructed it, and there's basically a right way to play it, rather than being able to play the game the way I want to play the game. And I think that's a bit of a downside. So it's in a weird space, because I think there is an audience for games like this, but this game is missing the mark and I think needs a lot of work. That said, though, if this is, I think it's the second game that you've put out on Steam, and you're just putting it out there because you're proud of what you've created, and you just had to draw the line and say that this game is done at some point, well, then I think you've achieved that goal. You have made a game. It is playable. It's functional. It's got some interesting mechanics and lore in it. You have ticked the box and have achieved something that a lot of people don't manage to do, which is you have built a complete game. I think there are a lot of things that you hopefully have learned from making this, and that you will learn from the feedback from the people that do get hands-on with it, that will help you improve the next game. Because you've got some fundamental ideas here that are kind of cool, but needs more time and skill behind them to turn them into something that I think players will actively enjoy and want to share with others. So my advice is to use this as a stepping stone on your game development journey and go from there. Cool. Apologies, that was a bit of a long-winded rant, and I think that's a good note to end this stream on. Sorry, Fukuno, that you just jumped in for today. But yeah, I hopefully you guys share a similar sentiment just based on what you've seen. Like, I always try and give benefit of doubt when it comes to these kinds of games. I would be surprised if the dev looks at this and goes, yes, this is the pinnacle. This is the best that I could create. I think it's in a stage where it goes, actually, I think this is just, it's good enough. Also, apparently there is some kind of inventory system, because this dude's wearing a helmet now. We never had a helmet. Let's see, there's base model. And there's a helmet. Apparently that's the most important part of their body. Cool. I think these kind of games are really interesting to get hands-on, because it's in these kinds of real indie dev projects that you'll find some weird and wonderful ideas, and there's such a interesting insight into the minds of the developer, which is why I'm glad that I got to see it. That is where we're going to wrap up things for today, though. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I always find these streams utterly fascinating, and I'm glad that we get to see some weird and wonderful projects like this. We will be continuing on with In Stars and Time tomorrow. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the game. Oh, that's playing the wrong music, and I'm going to get a copyright strike for that if I'm not careful. Just streaming casual stuff from Spotify. Thank you. Wrong playlist. There we go. Yes, we'll be carrying on within Stars and Time tomorrow. We're getting close to the end of the game. Probably only a handful of streams left for that. And we are also hoping to have a new video ready for you this Monday. If you haven't seen it already, we did release a short yesterday, which was a 60-second review for 100 Animalese. Go and take a look at it if you want. It's a new format that we're trialing and having some fun with. How well it's received will depend if we do more of them or not. But that one was actually edited by Leah, who is our thumbnail editor. They decided they wanted to branch out and start doing some video editing as well. So we've got plans to do a few more of those along the way and see what the appetite is for them and how they're received. But other than that, yes, we should be having new Steam Sequence video ready to drop on Monday. And then we've got a couple of things coming next week, which I think you're going to like. We've been very busy behind the scenes, so apologies we missed one of the deadlines last week. But don't worry, we're working on some fun stuff. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in today. Hope you have a fantastic rest of the weekend if I don't see you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. Until then, take care.